This is a production of Darn TV.
Whoa! Dirt Weekly. Welcome. What is this that we're doing tonight? Random dirt, random night,
random month.
Random month.
We should probably do formal, greetings.
Yeah.
For those that don't know that haven't tuned in, well, we haven't had a Dirt Weekly for you to tune into lately.
Yeah.
The last show, what did we figure out here? I'll pull it up here. The last show, June 26th.
I was going to say.
Before the world of all the late models.
All the late models,
So June 26th has been the last show. A lot has transpired. My name's Brandon Beater. Alongside me, Jordan Boyce on the right, Craig Heupel on the left.
Hello.
Introductions again.
Yes.
It's been a while.
A lot has transpired. A lot has happened. A lot of racing has happened. There really is no excuse for us not to have shows other than we've all been busy. We've threw the texts out there a lot of Wednesdays. And
we were close a couple of times. And
sometimes it would just be myself and you, or it'd just be Craig and I, or it'd just be me sitting here, and it just didn't get us all in the same room. And
it sure is easier when the ground's frozen.
Definitely not as fun.
So a lot has transpired since June 26th. We had the World of All the Late Models. We've had our 4th of July races. We've had the mod tour. We've had the
Think of all
Dirt
the money
Wars.
that Smalls has paid out since we last had a show. The $15,000 to win, the $4,000 stock car, the $4,000 sport mod.
True that. Yeah.
Just
exciting things going on, and they've been good races too. So.
Yeah. One other thing, Nodak Speedway didn't get either tour this year. Tougher Than Dirt tours rained out at Nodak.
Yeah. I didn't think of it that way.
Mod tour was rained out. It was to the point where Bren Dethridge is begging me to come up for another weekend, so I bring him up for the Cole County, and so he gets to announce at Nodak because he was
the stock cars.
Took him 3 tries to get to finally announce it at Nodak. So
you just depressed me. I didn't realize that. Little fact.
Yeah.
Neither tour
hadn't organized that either, but it is true. Well, nonetheless, there's been a lot of racing.
Yes.
Well, and there's been a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And a lot of rain. Yep.
Weatherman said second wettest July on record, so that's a lot.
I think all of us would agree with that second wettest July because quite a few races being canceled throughout the area. Even into August here, it's been wet. I think we went like 2 weeks straight where we got some sort of rain throughout the day or night.
Yeah. Yeah, and or multiple times. Heck, the other day here, I think it rained 3 times. So, raining like it's April and it's August. So,
Estevan seems to get a lot of rain. You mentioned we rained out on the mod tour. Estevan was very close to getting rained out, but they fought.
The guys worked hard.
They worked
hard to get that in.
They worked their butts off to get that track race ready. And I think hindsight being 2020, they probably would have pulled the pin because there's still ramifications and stuff they're dealing with now from that night.
Spots on the track, maybe the equipment got a little abused too. So, yeah. Well, what do you do? I mean, again, it only comes around once a year. Mine I did canceled, and you hate to see 2 in a row. So, I get the line of thinking, but yeah. Well, and with that said, the effort was enormous. So, because that's what it takes to get through those things. They're challenging enough without the weather factor, and they had weather, and they still got it done. So,
Basically, there's a whole bunch to recap. But we're going to be here for 12 hours if we try to go back and recap everything.
Yeah. Where are you going to cut the line at?
August.
Okay.
August. I think Cole County weekend into the Ole Olson Memorial, and then last weekend getting rained out, finishing the weekend off with the John Gall
I can't
Memorial.
make any promises. There might be flashbacks.
There'll be some references. I say we haven't touched on the late models, but yeah, I hear you. I'm looking at the window. The sun is shining through it.
The only thing I have for the late models is I picked a dark horse to win. And if my dark horse, I picked somebody. Remember we were talking about we had picks and
the tiebreakers,
whatever. And I said whoever wins, if your driver wins, you get 250 points. I think I made it to where if we won, we would pass him.
Yeah.
And
he couldn't play.
Pierce won. right?
Nope. Tim McCready won.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, cool.
And
And nobody picked him.
Nobody picked
And you picked Braxmoach, led most of it.
Ethan Dotson.
Or I'm sorry, Dotson. Yeah.
I picked Ethan Dotson because my thought process was,
meant
at the
Dotson.
time, the odds. If we went through, if the commissioner said, "Nope, Brandon, your new rule sucks. We got to go by whatever the pre-race odds were," I
Ooh.
picked somebody with higher odds, so therefore I would have enough points to beat you guys. And
Yeah.
he led a good majority of it.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're going to talk about this race. That place was fun, packed. Oh, that was
Electric. It was good. It was good. It really
For
was.
those that are wondering, I mean, we're talking about something that happened, what, June 29th?
6 weeks ago.
Or June 30th or 29th?
29th. Yeah. Sounds right. 29th.
Close enough to August.
Yeah.
We went a whole month without a show in there. Like, we missed July completely.
Okay, that was probably the biggest Nodak event in years. So you kind of got to talk about it, right? How many people were there?
I don't have a number of attendance. I know that the late model crew that I was up in the booth, that we were up in the booth, Jordan joined me that night to
Yeah, we had modified
do the modifieds. And one of the funnest experiences I've ever been a part of. Ruben Morales, nothing but a nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. And, yeah, fun to watch him do his art. So.
And they were just in awe about the atmosphere. And then we were trying to explain to them, you just wait. You haven't seen anything yet. Let the sun go down.
Yeah.
Let the sun go down.
Always promoting that, we get the sun off the track and things change. And they've heard it before, but
And immediately,
they ain't been this far north. So
immediately after that checkered flag, Ruben, he almost takes his head, when the broadcast takes his headset off, he looks over at the two scoring guys over in the corner and goes, This has got to be race of the year status, doesn't it?
hats off to the track crew. I mean, what looked like kind of maybe a dismal day shaping up on under the sunlight. Track crew went to work on that thing, and I mean that was a 50-lap race with big wide tires. I mean nothing can pound the track harder than that. And again, they know the marathon, so of course the real racing showed up in the last 10 laps. But wow, they could move around. McCready come from a B main transfer spot, so I mean obviously it was wide enough to pass. Ryan Gustin was my pick. I think Ryan got fourth, and he'd come from pretty deep in there too. So, but yeah, what a race on front there with Dodson and Pierce and whatnot there. Nick Hoffman. I thought the track was just
Stellar
on its best.
And generally, when you got a big high-end late models, big payout, your support series is maybe down a notch. No, the big boys are playing.
Yeah. Brought in the A-mods, and what a compliment to the whole night. I mean, again, expectations were high. I know that the board was nervous about head count. We all were. I mean, they had a pricey game there going on there, but I'd heard numbers of north of 3,000 people all said and done.
Rick Huber, board member, just chimed in 3,300.
Yeah. So quick math tells you that they covered that there, and of course right after the show and stuff like that, we'd heard interest in coming back next year and stuff like that. It'd been a number of years since we saw him, so.
Cody Shope's digging on us
already. Come on, Codes.
Woohoo! A dirt quarterly.
Well, speaking of Cody,
and for the tax man.
I don't think it was Mod Tour night. It was another night, but one of my favorite events that has happened this season is when Cody won up in Estevan.
It was Mod Tour night.
And he was tuckered out, and someone got right down there on
Chad Hoff.
No, when you sat down with him.
No, it was Chad Hoff.
Was it Chad? That was a great moment.
Sat down with him.
Yeah, Cody was used up, and he was hopping and skipping her off the ground, so you got to hang on with both hands.
Well, that's something. So we talk about the late models. Let's roll into the Mod Tour just briefly. The return of Chad Hoff to Western North Dakota. Chad spent many years over here at the Nodak Speedway He was managing Northwest Tire right over here, and then moved out to Grand Forks to take over the Northwest Tire there. Was a part of River City Speedways. Has come back to the Dickinson area now, and returned to announcing in Western North Dakota.
Yeah, he's pretty electric. He was excited to do it, and that matters. So you gotta be.
And I hear he's going to be on the microphone Saturday night at the Southwest Speedway.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, like I say, he was exciting to listen to for sure. So, heck yeah.
Sorry, I think I took us all over the place there.
Yeah.
Just keep going. I mean,
Yeah.
there's really no script. I mean, we go weekend recap. That doesn't talk about a specific weekend. We're not going to chat with any drivers because I don't have the phone hooked up and I didn't contact anybody today. So no driver chats, although
We
it'd
got
be
a little
cool.
driver rust here. We got to
Yeah, we got to get back into the
get
flow
through
of
the
things.
easy stuff. Do you bring gas? No. Okay. How about a tire?
I mean, we've done the mod tour like the weekend after the mod tour. Well, the Sunday afterwards, we had an Underwood, and then the following weekend, I think we rolled right into Dirt Wars.
Dirt Wars. Mm-hmm. Estevan's doubleheader. So,
which Diesel Raynard swept the hobby stock portion of Dirt Wars. So he's on a roll this year. He's been the Tougher Than Dirt Tour champion, Dirt Wars champion.
yeah,
A year to remember for Mr. Raynard. And then weekend after that, you had the Governor's Cup going on the same time as we had a doubleheader over in Williston, a 2-day show. One of them got canceled. Night one got canceled. And then we roll right into Cole County.
Cole County. Mm-hmm.
So, like, if anybody out there has a thought process of, well, it's Brandon, I'm just going to use me, Darn TV. Brandon got some time off because of a fair break. Oh, no. Nope. Between my duties, what I do for you guys at Underwood, and then what I do up at the Estevan Motor Speedway along with race directing and Darn TV and Williston announcing, and there's been no break. Nope, I have not had a break.
Yeah,
Last weekend was a break because we had Friday, Saturday because it rained.
Because it rained. Not because it was scheduled, because it weathered.
But now look what it did to me this upcoming weekend. They move an Estevan to a Friday.
Uh-huh.
So we have an Estevan this Friday. And then...
Which will also be a Mandan.
Which will also be a No, Mandan's not... Yes, Mandan's this Friday.
Yeah, they're back on.
Back this Friday. So Mandan's going on. So we're going to split up. Brock will go south. We'll go north. And then, as much as my beautiful wife doesn't like it, I really want to go down and cover Southwest Speedway on Saturday because...
That's that.
We don't know the future.
Mm-hmm. And also, you might as well pull a car along with you, too, then.
Well, that's the plan. But there's a lot of things in between. I've not understanding this weekend. I committed myself to doing something on Saturday for work. So you tell me how I'm going to get a race car. I'm going to be in Estevan. I got to go to Tioga, get a race car down there. We have a lot of shit we got to figure out.
I can't tell you that, but I know you can, and you'll get it figured out. Because between our last show and Dickinson, you got back behind the wheel.
Yeah, I got sick of Max's car sitting out here in the garage. So after the mod tour, when we finished up on that Thursday, Jenny wanted to go to the lake, and
a little race car fever.
Trevor and Brody, I said, let's roll down there. We just left Max at home, and I rolled down there with Max's car. My dad rode with me. It was kind of like old school. You had my dad and I and Brock and Brody and Trevor, and then Lydia was there. And I had a lot of fun. Max's car is, as I figured, there's a lot of speed in that 47.
And you parked it.
Yep, put it in victory lane. I had a lot of fun. I kind of schnookered Trevor a little bit with a little bit of okey dokin', but there's a lot of.
He needs that.
Yeah, the high side half.
You thought I was here, but I was here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the plan. I mean, like you say, you can't just nudge in there. You got to wait for the big old slingshot move.
As I say all the time, my racing style or whatever, how I race is suited better for a slicked off, dry racetrack. And that was premium, slicked off, dry. Dickinson, when it slicks off, it slicks off.
Well, to refer back to the tour night, I mean, wow.
Yep.
It was all that also.
All over,
so,
yeah. And honestly, that's what motivated me. Sitting down there on the tour, if you want to be real, I as being race director of the mod tour, I watch them races. I'm thinking to myself, I want to race here.
That track is fun. It's elite. I love it. And
it was Slider USA.
Yeah, on the mod tour.
On TVJ. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. That was the Broxma.
The crisscross until, actually, Barry went around, but yeah.
Until Broxma finally kind of didn't pinch him down, but kind of ran his own slider line to make Barry kind of Over
Wowit.
Oh, yeah, over Wowit. So he didn't take them both out. Barry chose to take himself out rather than taking both of them out.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, two great drivers going at it, and they weren't tearing each other up. It was it was all maneuvers. It was all choreographed accordingly. So, no, it was something to see for sure. So, and that was for the lead on top of it. The tour brought the best of the best again. Always does.
No,
and that was a great showcase there.
If a race car goes, it's going to be Max driving it. I think I got him talked into driving it. So, I did my once. I'm good for a little while.
Yeah. You'll surface again at Stampede Oktoberfest.
Yep. Already got my ride lined up.
Really?
Oh.
Well, it ain't the stock car.
Nope.
Brock's anyway.
Not Brock's. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Huh. Oh. Well, heck.
But
again, another fast North Dakota summer.
We
Championships are over. Tracks are done for the year. Will be.
Yeah. Well.
Oofda.
Yeah.
Oofda.
Underwood. Well, since our last show, Underwood Crown champions.
Had the Cole County.
Had their end of the year doubleheader. I mean, that's how much time has gone, or fast as time has gone. Since our last show, I switched companies, but I did not switch jobs. So that's part of the reason why our Dirt Weeklies have been kind of delayed, because I've had...
Yeah, you had a name change because you're still in the same building and address.
Job hasn't changed, but the company I work for changed. We got sold.
Yeah. Paycheck got a different name on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't miss a paycheck.
That's good.
That's the key. For sure. Keep the lights on.
So once again, I'm not making excuses for not having a Dirt Weekly. I'm just telling people life's busy.
Yeah. It been busy summer for sure. So
I've been questioning. I questioned a few times throughout this whole process. Did I really want to even go to the racetrack? That's how busy it was on that side of the world out there.
So that's when you really got to reconsider the job. No.
Brandon, if I remember right, this is right around the 4th of July, right?
Yes.
That was
it was July 1st when we switched.
First, okay, yeah.
So it was literally at midnight, June 30th at midnight, we switched. And all of our systems that were on this company, literally stopped at midnight, and we had to get everybody trained on new systems at 12:01.
And
so my night drivers...
one day turns into a week because... that's just how things go. Then it's 2 weeks, then it's a month, and
what did I send you? I sent you guys
13 days
a text.
later, here we are.
No Dirt Weekly because I hadn't been home since Sunday morning or something.
Yeah.
And that was on a Wednesday.
Yeah. You hadn't seen your house or right.
It's all good.
So
that's why we do it.
Everybody's busy, and so are we. So, yeah. But nonetheless, there's still some racing left, and that's.
I'm thinking about McLean County Speedway. And I don't know what day this was, but I always talk about turn 2 being very treacherous at McLean County. But this night, it was turn 3. I think it was the week championship night when we lost Miles off of turn 3.
Yeah, when he kind of got it all crab walked up on the front end.
And he went flying off, and then Dusty took a wicked rumble off of turn 3.
Very much so.
And we haven't seen him back in the car since then.
I got nothing on that, but...
Yeah, I'm guessing he tore up a car, number one.
It sure looked like it on the record.
And there's really no reason for it other than that all I can come up with when you look at the racetrack on that night, going into 3, the moisture never really moved up. You know, they get good moisture in it, and you create that kind of higher line with the moisture. Well, going into the corner never really widened out, and it kind of created a little bit of a curve.
A bit of an edge.
Or, a little bit of an edge right there, and if you hit it right or wrong, and them wingless cars, they're different than our bigger cars. So
they're going to bicycle pretty easily.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So the bigger cars didn't have the same issue that the non-wings did.
Yeah.
But I think Miles won that night with a broken... I don't know what
bent up front axle.
Yeah, front axle and something else. I don't know what all the parts are on there.
That was their 40-lapper night. Yeah.
Championship night?
Yeah. I think that was the night that they ran an extra long feature. The Fast 40 format that we had ran in Underwood there.
Yep, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because we pushed them off in the infield and did some qualifying.
Yeah, so some neat presentations with that kind of stuff too. Like I say, we touched on it a little bit there a while back, but yeah, we've been entertained by some different ideas on the same old circle, as we say, and I think that they've all worked out real well. With that said, going into August and being in August, to watch Nodak months ago set up, we'll call this the month of money, August racing, and everybody wondering how this is going to go. Wow, 48 stock cars for the stock car night, 48 sport mods for the sport mod night. Wow. I mean, even when you hope everything goes good, I don't know that you can hope it could be that good.
Right.
And it has been that good. I think these first two shows have just been fantastic, and it sounds like they're carrying themselves financially, so good on that. Celebrating some memorials that have been very important to the Nodak racing scene. I like it.
But even before we got to Nodak's 4,000 to win stock car, McLean County brought the 2,500 to win the night before, and you knew that was a big deal because you saw Shelby Williams roll up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's start August 1st. We're going to start August. We're going to dig in deeper. We've talked kind of the month of July. We're probably going to go back there just because we can't stay on topic. That's how we roll.
Look, a squirrel. Okay.
We're probably going to go back there. But we'll start August 1st, Cole County Classic, Night 1, 134 cars, which is a record, I believe.
That's a lot.
They set a record that night for car count.
Awesome.
Unreal support. So cool the way the pits are laid out. Did you show up? You were there.
I was there Friday night, but I wasn't man enough to do it again a second night. That was a grind.
Well, we don't have that choice, those of us that work there. But you're right. It was a grind night one. In
a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah.
It was well worth it. But 134 cars, they were pitted all the way over by the, I don't know what them buildings are
up
over
on
there.
the Midway, we'd call it. Yeah. Where the fair stuff is at. When you see numbers like that for your year-end deal, I mean, it's a compliment towards the guys being happy with the weekly shows that you've ran during the summer and stuff like that. So excited to see that kind of car count. We had many classes. I know there's still a class or two that wanted to race, and again, just tough decisions to try to cut the line somewhere. Like you say, and in a good way, it was a grind. But with that kind of car count and those kind of classes, there's the chance of it taking a while.
31 legends and 34 stock cars. So Friday night was 1,000. So it kind of was a build-up for the weekend. Shelby Williams came up because it was 1,000 to win Friday, 2,500 to win Saturday, and then 4,000 on Sunday. So it was like a nice build-up.
And we did that on purpose, knowing that the stock car special was
the first
Minot on the first comeback. Marcus and the team there, everybody built around that there to complement the weekend and Nodak having a standalone 4,000 would have still been good. I think it was better with Underwood working towards that. Like you say, I think Shelby Williams came on a 3-night deal, and with that said, he won the middle night. So worth his travel.
Who saw Jake Nelson coming like that?
Wow, Jake had been going pretty good there in Williston.
Yeah.
So
I seen it coming from Williston.
Yeah, he'd been putting it together really good there, and
do you think that sprint is helping him? Well, I mean,
you must have heard me say something about it, huh?
Possibly. It might be my subconscious.
I haven't, so it's new to me. Learn how to drive sideways, I think, is always good. So
I told him finally driving a sprint car made him a stock car driver.
Looked like he's enjoying himself. So
no, it's pretty cool. I mean, B Main in the Legends, Noah Madler, the Madler brothers in the Legend class are just unreal.
They're
unreal.
They're working hard at it. The Martins are working hard at it. I mean, man, it's fun to watch. Bryce is working hard at it. Bryce is getting in there, getting some stuff done. Just good names in there.
Chase Iverson, you deal with him quite a bit.
I don't deal with him, but I know him. Mm-hmm. You mean out at work and stuff?
Well, is he the one that owned the 5 car that you used to drive?
Dion, his dad did, but it was Jace's 5 car. Then it was Jaden. Jace, then Jaden.
In Joe's old car.
Yep, they bought Joe's old car. Yep.
And I don't know if he's that good a driver or if it's that car is just magical because he's making that thing roll.
Jace has always been a pretty decent little driver.
Yeah. Yeah, he wheels around good. I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you put him in even some pretty good equipment. Joe didn't run bad equipment, so you put a good driver in good equipment, they're going to perform.
Joe certainly understands the car well, and if he shared that with him, he had a good piece under him. Mm-hmm.
And there's another guy, Jeff Hellman, out of Mandan. He's in Domagala's car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's having great success.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I see Tewksher selling his car, and I'm thinking, hey, maybe.
Get her done. just jump over the compacts and the hobbies and the sport. Let's just go right into stock car. Craig.
Yeah. Like Chris says, it's won 3 times, been in the top 3, I think, another 6 times. So
Jake thanks us for the support.
Yeah.
We're
nice
here.
runs, Jake. Yeah. Getting around good. It looked good. For sure. So
Jake break.
Him and Brock put on quite a show.
Yeah, so
we're gonna get there.
Leading, yeah.
He's just got to keep.
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Because we got to talk about night 1 first. Night 1 of the weekend, Chad Stretchin picked up the sport mod. Cool to see Chad in Underwood as well. Maybe doesn't participate weekly, but comes down and plays.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about that one because that was really, really interesting. Back to turn 2. He was getting a launch out of turn 2 on the inside and working that better than anybody. It was like a drag strip. He pulled out of there. Poor Gabe. No one goes by Gabe. Mm-hmm. And he got him. And he just was.
Yeah.
And that
those
the Gabe and
good racing.
Yeah, the Gabe and Chad battle was a preview.
Amen. Yeah.
To Sunday night.
To the past weekend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, still continuing.
Hobby stocked. Kate Appelt came out for the Cole County. He won night 1. Mm-hmm. Modifieds, Travis Hagen, the dark horse, had a good night.
Stephen right there.
There.
That's kind of getting to be the Evander Holyfield, Mike Tyson, the Cole County Classic. That's when those two like to throw punches.
No, I think what you're seeing, and this is true because I've talked.
Sliders.
Well, no, what you're seeing is the opposite of point invert weekly racing.
Yeah.
So you're seeing the Pfeiffers, the Hagen, the Turnbull, the heavy hitters that we want to watch battle for wins are all starting up front together. So you guys we're all seeing it from lap 1 to lap 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difference between weekly racing. That you normally see them guys start 8th, 10th, 12th in that area, whatever. Mm-hmm. Now you're seeing them start front together.
So it's just gas pedal from the drop of the green. Yeah. And to reflect on that real quick, again, with Nodak's short point season and stuff like that, that's kind of been the dialogue, with some drivers and some even people involved with the tracks is instead of waiting for those September-type shows and battling, cooler weather and school and session and all that, that was a lot of our thinking on bringing that Cold Classic in the top of August. We're still summer. Kids aren't in school yet, but we're going to pick up that lineup.
Yep.
Straight up off the heats type of stuff. And I like that kind of racing. I like it enough to where I think it should be longer than just a month. We still have 3 months of points racing, May, June, July. Let's have 2 months of the other kind of racing, the specials.
I'm not opposed to it. I like it. It throws another twist at it. It gets you the guys that you want to see race together. They're out front racing together.
And the Traveler, which if he isn't racing your weekly stuff, he starts in the back anyway. So that's just, it's unattractive. Where now it doesn't matter if you've raced there all year long or it's your first time visiting. Boom, you're all equal. You all draw. So
Landon Holgren in the slingshots, he's been a dominant figure.
Been a great summer for him.
And then we go to the to the stock cars. When you're rolling, 34 stock cars, you have 2 B mains. Mm-hmm. When your B main winners is Todd Carter and Johnny Carter, what does that tell you?
And things are happening. Yeah. Wow. Right.
And then Jake Nelson, he picks up the win on night 1, so he earns his first $1,000 of the weekend.
Mm-hmm. And you can't forget Dalton Florian there. I mean, he looked great too.
Plus 12. Dalton barely made it out of the heat races. He was basically 1 row ahead. He was the final car to make it in from heat races. Johnny Carter went plus 14. and he finished 4th. So he came out of the B main. He won a B main, and then went plus 14 to a top 4.
Yeah, great racing.
But one of the faster cars on that night that kind of went unnoticed was Shelby Williams. He spun out on his own.
Turn 2.
Turn 2.
Got the banana peel. Right. There were some slippery spots. There have been a few at a few different tracks here lately too. But yeah. Always chasing the perfect balance there. You don't want to be too tight, but at the same time, as I say, a tight car is kind of a safe car, but a free car.
I can't help but mention this, though. I brought up seeing the Lawsons at the track. And, of course, Cole County Classic in one car, very recognizable, is missing. And that was sad for me.
Yeah. Well, as we share on the show, sometimes life gets the best of you, and that's what gear I was in. So, yeah. It's all out there and stuff like that. But yeah, just
that Friday, the day of Friday night, we lost your dad.
Yeah, actually that day. So
that day, yep.
As when you're in that part of your life, you're either part of everybody that's been through it, or you're part of everybody that's going to go through it, or is going through it. And so some tough stuff there for sure. I didn't have the mindset to be anywhere near a racetrack per se, although we did catch the highlights on Darn TV. So, man, just that part of life. Like I can only sum it up by people that have been there. You just get through it. And with that said, we're just getting through it, and we're getting back on track and doing our thing, and be at the racetrack doing race car stuff, and still plenty of nice weather. We'll get her done. So
yeah, and
for sure.
And I know on that Friday night there wasn't much talk. We were talking in the pits. Everybody kind of knew, but we didn't really talk about it, as the announcers didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it at the pit meeting. We kind of just wanted to let you and your family do your thing.
Yeah.
And then I think Saturday maybe Marcus reached out to you and said, "Can we do something at the track or say something?" And you gave him the green light.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Into night 2 was something pretty cool. We'll talk about it when we get to the stock car feature, because I thought it was badass. And then we carried it into Nodak's night the next night. But because we set a record on night 1 for the amount of cars there, that we were going to gain cars, and we're going to go to 140 now.
Well, Saturday's not Friday. Saturday's easier for most.
And the money went up.
And the money went up to $2,500 to win for stock cars. We gained some Fargo stock cars. I think we gained a Van Mill, a couple more that came over from the east.
Yes.
Because we were that Friday night, we were not racing on top of Mandan. Mandan was off for the monster trucks, or they were on their scheduled weekend off.
Yeah, they had those first 2 Fridays off. Mm-hmm. Right. So some Mandan cars can come up too.
Yep. So in the Legends,
well attended.
Preston Martin picked up the win in the Legends.
Touch on Preston there. He had just come home from winning a $10,000 race. So
yeah,
he had drove. Can't remember where he's at. I believe he was in Minnesota, maybe a little farther east. But again, just a testament to how fast our people are around here. How competitive they are.
$10,000.
He bagged $10,000, drove all night type of deal, and then showed up in Underwood and won again. So, man, the good old days, as I call them.
I think it was Beaver Dam, Wisconsin.
Okay, it was Wisconsin. Sorry there.
Yep.
Yeah. So, wow. Again, put together a $10,000 legend race. I'm sure there was people from all over the country at that deal there, and he put it together. And to watch him race, it's not a surprise to us per se, but like you say, Preston probably our winningest guy, but we got another half a dozen that are winning.
Well, the 2 Madlers were right behind him, and then a Donovan Weist who won countless championships.
Actually, I think Preston Martin would like to see the Madlers take a night off, because they have really had their go of things.
Yeah, they're not taking it lightly, and wow, what great racing to see.
Miles Tomlinson sweeps the weekend, picking up the non-wing sprint cars. They gained 4 cars from night 1 to night 2. They gained some guys. Mm-hmm. That Saturday thing is a deal, is something.
Yeah. And that wingless bunch there, they got their real jobs on Fridays and stuff like that. They they try to keep it laid back, so it makes sense to me. Saturday is more of a day off for most, so
Gabriel Deshaw, he comes back with a feature win. Looked pretty good doing it. Caden Appelt.
You know what's interesting about that is Gabe runs a sport mod in McLean County, but they're running for $2,500. Was he saving the car for Minot? Why wouldn't he? Because last year he ran the stock car at the Cole County Classic. So I'm like, why?
I don't have the reason other than I know in my brother's camp he was saving his car for the 4,000 to win on Sunday. That's just my brother's kind of.
And there's some stock car thinking there is to, pick and choose your 25-night season type of deal.
In my brother's case, in my brother's case, it's nights on motor. He's trying to plan his nights on his motor because he only wants to go to a certain point, so he has something good to send off to get rebuilt.
To get overhauled.
So he doesn't want to overnight his motor, break it, blow it up. I mean, it could happen anytime anyways, but you're trying to plan out your weekend or your summer, and he just chose to not participate because that's 2 nights on the motor that he didn't want to put on it. So he just wanted to do the Sunday.
And he hadn't been there all year long either to even pick up a setup note or something like that. So I get it. Yeah.
He went to work on figuring out his car for Sunday. That's what he did. He put in the time. Plus, one of the real reasons he gets to go be a dad.
Yeah.
People forget that.
I was going to go there. I mean, he's trying to get Brody up to speed, and Brody had a great weekend. So.
Brody had an excellent weekend, but sometimes just going to be a dad gets, forgotten. Because when Brody's there with his car and Brock's there with his car, it's hard splitting your time up.
Yeah, it's impossible. Right.
Yep.
A short of 15 minutes.
Caden Appelt sweeps the weekend in the hobby stocks, picking up both nights. Shelby Williams, you talked about him in the stock cars. He won night number 2, so he won the $2,500. Basically paid for his trip up here, maybe. Dalton Flory, 2 seconds, 2 nights in a row. Jake Nelson, a first and a third. Rob Van Mill, plus 12, finishing 4th.
Marcus Tomlinson's been very, very fast at McLean County in his stock car.
Getting around his stock car real good.
Plus 10 for Marcus. Yeah, and a good group of guys. Johnny Carter starting 5th, finishing 5th. I don't think anybody would have predicted that. Mike Hagan, plus 8 to finish 6th. Marcus, plus 10 for 7th. I don't think anybody would have thought Johnny Carter starting in the top 5 would finish just 5th.
Yeah, because he put together 2 tour wins there. One got snipped in the tech, but it certainly didn't make.
But once again,
speed,
so we talked about your B mains, 2 B mains again. Rob Van Mill and Marcus Tomlinson were your B main winners. You have solid cars winning B mains.
Yeah. Too Tough to Tame is living up to its sell.
Steve Pfeiffer, he takes the modifieds over Travis Hagen, so they basically kind of swap.
Yep. And then Walla's there watching him do it, And,
and I think everybody was expecting maybe a little bit more out of Walla on that deal. We were waiting for a slider, waiting for him to throw his hat in the ring, and he just kind of never got there.
Just didn't feel.
Then Landon Holgren, he sweeps the weekend as well in the slingshots.
Yeah, when he got his slingshot working right, he tough to beat. But, we got the north guys there too on the slingshots. So,
but as we said, great weekend overall. A fun weekend. Lots of conversations after you go to something like that. So many conversations going into what you said about the end of the year specials. Do we want to start this stuff earlier? Because just the atmosphere is a little different. A points championship pays little to nothing. Being the champion of the Nodak Speedway doesn't get you maybe $100 from IMCA. I don't know. Yeah. The track isn't giving you any money. Last year, I think Nodak did some point fund money.
Just trying to spruce it up. We keep looking at that, and we see that, in some classes less than 5 cars are participating in all the points nights. Something needs to be done with that. So
right.
So
and I'm not trying to diminish points championships by me making this statement, but there's a different feel when you're there on a points night. There's a different atmosphere in the pits. There's a different, you don't really hold the cards to your own destiny in a sense because, all right, if I have a good heat race and I go 8th to 1st and win my heat, I get to start 12th in the feature.
Yeah.
I just rewarded myself. all them cars I passed, I just rewarded myself by starting 12th. This is a different deal. You put your
every
futures in
pass matters.
Yeah, every lap matters. Every pass matters.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
Always earning something.
You know, so it's a different attitude for a driver. And I think
it's merit-based at all times.
Yep.
I like that.
So I've been mentioning it often that I don't know what heat races are for sometimes. Kind of that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But what about this? Probably the winningest driver in the hobby stocks, the most dominant, and probably one that's already writing checks on the $4,000 for the one to come, Caden Appelt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tough at his home track.
Yep.
No, tough everywhere.
Heat race, Cole County. Where's Tyson Grinstead coming from?
Right.
Dominated that race.
Yeah.
That's got to make him feel pretty confident.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what the heat races
Been
are
seeing
for.
the improvement in Tyson all year long. Yeah.
This is year 3 for him?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Which in Brandon's Brandon and Travis Hagen, because I'm going to say we both talked about this together, Travis Hagen. We have that 3 to 5 years. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to start, you see success first couple years, but it takes 3 to 5 years to become.
Kind of clamp it down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think that's wrong. Craig, you were on something there I just want to address real quick there that, you know, sometimes you wonder what those heat races are for, and on weekly racing, if you have 2 heats, the top 5 out of each go to the invert. So 5th place is as valuable as 1st. So as a savvy racer, you don't want to take any unnecessary chances once you've hit 5th. You may want to take 4th just as a little buffer, but you're not racing for the win. You're racing for the qualified spot, which is, again, top 5 in a 2-heat race format. So, but now when we get to the Cole County Classic, which kind of kicks off the Motor Magic type layouts, you don't want to stop racing. You talked about some key guys in the B main there that were winning them. They didn't want to be in that B main. That's all the farther they could get because everybody was racing. Every spot mattered. 3rd to 2nd was in a 4 and 5 heat class. I mean that's 3 rows. So every spot is worth 5 lineups. So so you're 2.5 rows.
Take that night. You see that you talked about that Dickinson night. Prime example. I started tailback. I started 7th. There was only 7 cars. Well, in a 1-heat scenario when there's only 7 cars, once you get in the top 5, it's because they invert 5.
They invert 5.
And I knew being where I was, or my point average of nothing, of not being there, I was going to be 5th. It was no matter. So I got up to 3rd, and I was kind of battling with Heaton, and we kind of went back and forth a little bit, and I'm like, I kind of thought to myself, what are we doing here?
Don't tear the tires off.
Well, don't risk something for nothing. So I just kind of got up
front end off.
kind of got up in line and followed him there for a little bit, and I was like, feature time is when the money, when the trophy gets handed out. So
well, there's no need to.
That just kind of gives you a different attitude. Now, if that was the 4,000 to win show, and I was in a 7-car heat race, and it was determining me starting 7th to, well, in Smalls' world, there won't be a 7-car heat race, but.
But when there is.
If it was passing point based or starting straight up, I'm passing them cars, or I'm trying to pass them cars. I'm not saying I will pass, but you are doing everything in your power to pass them cars.
If you have 50 cars and you have 7 heats, so again, it's 7 positions on every spot.
Yep.
I mean, 3rd to 4th is you're going to move another 4 rows.
On weekly stuff that we watch, we joke about all the time. Heat races don't matter. My famous saying is, when I was the president, I always wanted to do something different. It's different. Smalls is doing a good job of doing something different. It's, I'm going to go to the races. I'm going to watch some heat races. And then I'm going to get excited for the features. Because, the heat races mean it's basically an 8-lap hot lap.
IMCA spells it out in their book. You don't even need to have heat races on your championship night.
Correct.
So, but again, it's, as tracks have dropped, hot laps and stuff like that, for some people it is kind of that. You do want to make the invert, I do believe, when you're chasing points. But and Smallsy's made 10-car heats, so, you do have to race your way through it still. Sometimes the track doesn't allow a whole lot of racing, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So, yeah. But again, Cole County, kicking off what we'll call the straight-up starting. And every pass mattering, merit-based racing.
Now, we have some points nights left. We have, this weekend is points nights in Estevan and Dickinson.
And Mandan.
Mm-hmm. So we still have the points nights.
Those 3 tracks are still chasing.
Along with Williston the following weekend.
Mm-hmm. Then championships will be done Williston and Estevan. So.
So we roll into Minot, Ole Olson Memorial race. We had Western Renegade sprint cars for the third night in a row, or those of us that were in Underwood, we got to watch them 3 nights in a row. Ken Ron picks up the feature win.
That looked good.
Yep. That was a fun night. Them guys at Nodak are just unreal. They're able to they're almost kicking it sideways just past the flag stand and going in. It's pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, without a wing, the nature is just to crank them in there and back them in.
Junior slingshots, Eli Turnbull picked up the feature win.
Yeah,
put a bounty on him now.
Yeah, getting about time. He is getting around good. I like to see him move around on the track there, even though the smaller car on a big track seems like it stays right down on the bottom. But if you pay attention when they're down on the bottom, they'll enter a little higher so they can roll, even roll down off the hill, as we say, a little bit coming off. And he's mastering that. I mean, he stuck it in some tight holes that were almost dangerous, but he made it work. Sister Hallie ain't too bad either. So
no, getting better and better she is as well. Zach Eubanks, Sport Compact feature winner. He's still be doing Zach Eubanks things, right?
Yeah. Zach, much like Caden, is kind of been the marquee of the class, so you kind of judge yourself by where you're at with him. So,
although your pick, Brooklyn is really ripping it as of late.
Yeah. The Brooklyn and Lily have gotten a piece of them every once in a while. Chris Yost gets a piece of them every once in a while, but you're still measuring off of Zach. I think so.
What? I don't know if I should share this right now. I won't give too many details, but apparently...
Yeah, things are changing.
Yes.
So
Lily's moving up.
Yeah.
Well, she had the opportunity to run a hobby stock at the Cole County.
Yeah.
So I hear rumors that a compact was sold and a hobby stock was purchased. I'm just going... That's the rumor mill.
That's about as far as I know, too. So I think we're going to see Lily before the year's over with in a hobby. So exciting news there. I see that Brooklyn's is for sale. I understand that she might be interested in sport mod racing next year. So,
boy, I worked on Christy Roselli the other night to get her to buy that thing and go compact racing. She was not on board.
No, your effort was real. I was helping you a little bit, but Christy was digging in. She wasn't ready for that. So
then the IMC stock car, 4,000 to win, Ole Olson Memorial race. What an awesome.
Are we approved to get amped up now? I think so.
I think so.
You're approved.
We're approved. Okay. We had to pump the brakes there a little bit.
The format, everything that was about it, the passing points, the way they did it, I thought was great. You have 8 cars or 8 drivers that are going to be doing a redraw. They take the 5 heat race winners plus the next 3 in passing points to give you 8. They came down front. They did a redraw to get their starting positions. Then they also locked in the next 8 in passing points. And how do you earn passing points? So this was a question that Christy had. Do you have a question? Do you know how passing points are earned?
Passing cars.
Right. So how it works is
I don't know the number value. We're going to learn.
It goes down 7 points per spot. So you get finishing points. So the winner in this system, the heat race winner gets 250. That is supposed to be 100, but in this system we want
you want to make sure the heat winners are drawn.
The heat winners are up into the redraw.
They can't be
so the heat race winners get 250. And then, so it go down 7, it would be 93 points for second, and then down 7, down 7, down 7. Okay? So then how you get passing points is you get plus 5 points for every position gained. So if you go up 2 positions, you're going to get 10 passing points. So if you start 4th and finish 2nd, you're going to get 103 points. You're going to get 93 for finishing 2nd, and then 10 passing points for passing cars.
There's somebody doing math through all this.
I didn't know the numerical numbers, so yeah, that's what I'm learning here.
And then
but passing cars is the key to passing points. Yeah,
exactly.
And we're winning the heat.
Then it's 1.5 points for every position you lose.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. Gary Gowdy had the race of his life. He led that thing for quite a long time.
The first 20 laps was his. Because he'd have won it had it been a 20-lap race. on 3 wheels. Yeah. Junior was doing fantastic.
Yeah, Gary Gowdy Jr. And I've been hard on him. There's a lot of people that have been hard on him. We told him, we were at the truck stop one night, and he was excited because he was the hard charger, in the stock car feature. And I said, Junior, can you imagine how many features you'd win if you'd start in your spot?
Yeah.
Go start in your damn spot. You're one of the fastest cars out there. You look at lap times, he's right in the top 5 just about every night in lap times.
I've raced with him. We get along just fine.
Yeah.
Up and disappearing.
So, I mean, I apologize for being hard on him, but I was kind of hard on him, but more than I was. So they motivated him that night, and they got him to start in a spot, and he earned enough passing points to make the redraw. He didn't win his heat, but he earned enough.
But he come from tail end to second, I believe, then.
Tail end to second in the heat.
So he was the highest passing point
then redrew 1 for the feature.
Yeah.
And we were all like, whoa. Then he jumps out front.
And held it.
Gapped him for a bit. Yeah. He was not holding up traffic.
Yeah, we got Kelly, the banker. Rumor is Abby's moving to hobby stock as well.
Oh.
Abby Dukeshire, I'm guessing.
Oh. Wow. Wow. I see
So in
car
that
was for sale
feature,
too, so that would make sense.
40 laps is a long time. What you seen was there was some moving and shaking at the beginning. Well, Gabe DeShaw, he started quite a ways back. Do you have him on there where he started?
Well, 19th.
Yeah, so he worked his way up.
So did Marcus.
Yeah, once again, you look at your B main winners. Kyle Schopp and Marcus Tomlinson win B mains. That tells you how tough the competition is. Both of them are A main winners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I leave that B main alone, or should we touch on that one?
Which one are we? I don't know what we're talking about.
Okay, so Chris is out front. Tuchscher, leading that B main. What happened there?
There was contact going into turn 1, and from what I'm told, because we never got a call as the announcers. The announcers never got. We didn't know what happened. Chris Tuchscher, Kyle Schopp was running the top, using momentum, and he was starting to build it, and got up to him on the back straightaway. If you watched the TV replay, I went back and did a slow motion replay of it. But building momentum, and Chris was using racetrack, and there's Chris as the leader can use racetrack
because he doesn't have mirrors like you always say.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he was using racetrack.
They don't drive the way you're watching.
Right. And coming out of turn 4, he was using the wall as kind of a blocker, defender, whatever you want to call it. He wasn't going to let anybody get to the outside of him. And I can only assume that Kyle Schopp just wanted to help him down the straightaway and into turn 1. And Chris ended up spinning out. Then there was some shenanigans under caution on the back straightaway. They ended up putting Chris Tuchscher to the pits for not the spin out, for the shenanigans.
Yeah.
And from what I was told is the caution wasn't on either of them. There was something that happened at the opposite end of the racetrack, so the yellow was coming out for that rather than them two.
Oh, see, now that I did not know that.
But we did not get that call on the broadcast. So we did not know real time. I had to ask the question at the end of the night going, what happened there? What are we doing? We got it. And that was
I had a car there, so I didn't even see it. So, but I heard the excitement. So, and I never did look for any clarification on rewind. So
right. That's as much clarification I can get you. I know that Chris Tuchscher was upset the night before in Underwood because the race director there didn't see something clearly enough and called him for a yellow that wasn't his.
So he got some rough calls 2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row. What technically did he get a rough call on night 2 at Nodak? The call wasn't going to be on him.
So you're saying
it's his shenanigans that he did afterwards.
If he wouldn't have done that, which I thought was tame, that's why I don't race. Because, I mean, you say it all the time, Jordan. The crazy nut behind the wheel, in your mind, how do you control those emotions?
Keep
when
your eye on the prize, man.
it's got to be the most difficult thing to do is to stay calm and cool.
Yep. Yeah, and
You gotta. You gotta.
Somehow you have to. And I don't know what the answer is, but somehow you have
Thanks
to.
for explaining that, because, when you're in the stands and you're watching it, Kyle looked very Travis Hagen-like in his approach to coming up to Chris. He was clearly running that great groove, and it just wasn't finished the way Travis would finish it, just going by. And so when it hit, I was like, oh, man, Kyle, you could have just had a little patience there.
There's things that could be done on both ends. Kyle Schopp, you don't need to do that at that point of the race. Live to fight another lap or two.
Well, you were qualified.
Right, you're qualified in.
So
if
get into the money and then,
to be honest,
then work on it.
If that had to be a judgment call, he's going to the back every time. So he would have cost himself.
And that's what I thought the call was going to be.
A transfer spot. But the call was actually for something else on the other end. I think it was debris. I think somebody just commented. Yeah, Kelly just commented. Caution was for debris. And they had actually, if you go back to the video, they've actually already threw the caution by the time they got down the front straightaway. It was kind of like almost simultaneous that they threw the yellow as he was pushing him into turn one. Ben and I kind of made the comment, we clicked the mute, like that caution came out quick. We didn't realize it was for something else. So,
the proverbial, when you know what's being talked about, your opinion can follow.
Yes.
Yeah. That's some clarification we have here every once in a while. I mean, whether it be
now
point invert or whatever.
Underwood on Saturday.
You understand it.
Underwood on Saturday night, Chris Tuchscher getting screwed. That's completely on us. Completely on myself and whoever our help that made the call. Completely on us. There is no excuse for that other than you can't be perfect. I don't know. But
we know that when we sign in. If you got screwed on a call, you got away with 10. I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But there was a lot of movers and shakers in that feature right out of the gate. Gabe went forward. Marcus Tomlinson was moving forward. Troy Heupel made an appearance in the top 5 really quickly.
Can we give a shout out to him for the Estevan?
Yep. Mod Tour Estevan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's worth going back on. Good job, Troy. Yes.
Johnny Carter going +5. He was up to 3rd. And then the Jakester and Brock. That last 5 laps that I posted on Facebook as like a little highlight deal will probably live on forever.
Again, wow. I mean, wow. Brock led the white flag lap. I mean,
by .005 or some damn thing.
I think it was 005. That's actually what I think it was. Yeah, I mean, we're entertaining the guardrail of the track and
the top
the
of the
cushion, I guess we'll call it.
Brock
the high
made
line.
A key change to his line, maybe 5 laps to go, where I'm trying to remember. Well, Jake was running the top beautifully.
Yep.
And Brock was digging on the bottom. But then with like 5 to go, Brock started to swing it up a little bit in the late end. He was kind of
trying to get a better entry by getting up in the middle
there. Yeah,
he
kind of came up and then dove down, and it seemed to get some speed, and that worked for him. But
well, I mean, early on in that race, with that being a 40-lap race, you got to last all 40, and you sit there, and Gary Gowdy Jr. got out front. Brock got quickly up to 2nd. Gabe DeShaw had to work through the traffic. He had to work through his way all the way up. He gets to 3rd, and in Brock's own words, because I asked him afterwards, were you just riding when you were in 2nd? Because they did 30 consecutive laps. They did lap from 35. We had a caution at lap 5, so they did from 35 to 5 consecutively with no yellows. And I said, you get halfway through that run, were you just kind of riding? And he goes, yeah, until Gabe woke me up. Because Gabe jumped inside of him there in turn 3 and 4, and Brock said, holy crap, I better get going.
Time to go. Mm-hmm.
And then Brock was jumped right back underneath him, and we joked on the call or whatever, that was a $4,000 move that Gabe made, and then Brock returned it with a $4,000 move right next corner.
It's interesting when you look at how the race went. Kyle taking advantage of getting into the race. He had a good run through the field up to 10th, 8th spots up. But Shelby, coming off of the win in Underwood the night before, who wouldn't have thought he'd be running for the top, but he really didn't move a whole lot.
Didn't materialize.
Got 2 spots up, and then, Chase Davidson had a nice move through the field.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plus 10. Shelby had that car working pretty good in Underwood, but he's been fighting stuff. He took it to a chassis dyno.
Yeah, I was able to talk to him a little bit on Sunday on that because I was kind of curious what he learned about it, and there was some ignition trouble there. Kind of feel like I'm chasing some tough RPM. It's like mine don't RPM right either, and so I had that dialogue with him, but he's had some engine woes and stuff like that, so he's got some distractions going on. It's also his own built car, so they're only drawing off their own notes. You don't get the manufacturer helping you.
I think Marcus is liking that stock car better than the mod.
Why? His mod's for sale on Facebook. He says he's doing it to buy a new one, but I mean,
he's good in that stock car.
Yeah. He got such a nice entry with it. It just frees in nice, and he's come from deep in the field there to win the couple he won in Underwood. He
won in Underwood, and the motor was smoking pretty good. And he mentioned something about, I think there's a crack in the block.
He had shared that the block had been sleeved and that the head gasket was given some kind of issues there. And they repaired it at home, and to the best of my knowledge, it's still that way.
That's what I was wondering.
So, yeah. So, and you're right. I mean, these 40-lap deals, as cool as they are, they're taxing on a gas-fueled race car. So, which is what we've had here the first 2 times, stock car and a sport mod. Seen the one sport mod there, it pulled in just to cool off there. You can see the steam coming off of it. So, but with that said, Marcus and Mike seemingly have that figured out there. Everything's still okay. Sleeving a block, there's nothing wrong with that. All aluminum blocks do have sleeves in them. I mean, just in comparison.
What does that mean? Sleeving the cylinder?
Yeah. There could have been
all of them.
Usually it's just one. There could be different reasons why you sleeve them. Might have been something that didn't clean up in the bore, and you want to sleeve it just to bring back a smaller size. Could have been a crack from a failure or something, where you sleeve it to, of course, keep the water on the water side and the piston on the piston side. It's hard to say why they get sleeved. The blocks we're using are from the late 60s and mid 70s, so they're 50-plus years old, and they're rusty, and so we're always trying to save them if we can. And sleeving is there's nothing wrong with sleeving. I've sleeved many blocks and will continue to, but at the same time, when it's that hole, you focus on that and you start talking about sleeves. So.
Isn't it interesting? Motors, Marcus is rolling with this one that he's got repaired up, and then you got Broxma, who's just dominating the mod tour, wins Dickinson, looking dominant. Looks like he's going to win Dakota Speedway.
Yeah,
and then the motor dying. How can it go from I'm king, I'm dead?
Yeah.
It's just, is there no way to know that?
Well, Braxman had referenced that I was losing oil pressure, so that means he was lifting on the straightaways trying to keep it going, because without that checkered flag, even with some spots down, he wasn't gonna win the tour. So instantly you go from trying to win the race to trying to survive the race, and the less RPM you're turning is your friend when you're trying to get them home. So
is Brock running the same motor
all year long?
All year,
and he's been hammering on that thing.
Yes and no. I mean, he's kind of
it.
He's been racing it, but some would say that the track conditions down in Mandan is not as taxing on a motor.
When I mean hammering on it, he's been running top fives every.
That's what you build them for.
Yeah,
but I mean that's
and I'm close to Brock. I'm helping him with setting valves and stuff like that, make sure everything's ready for Friday night type of deal. And Brock is also he's conservative on gear, so I don't think he's just murdering it with RPM.
Right.
I mean, he is pounding on it per se because he's competitive and stuff like that. But when the rest of us are using a 633 gear, he might have a 614 in or even a 620. So he's saving some RPM on that end of it. And when we put a 650 in for whatever Underwood, I think he probably only put in a 33. So,
but that's been
down
Brock,
a little bit on gear.
That's been Brock and I's kind of calling card through our whole racing career. We've always been kind of one gear off because we don't want to run the RPMs. Our driving style doesn't fit.
Necessarily have to use the whole engine range.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of translated over into the stock car stuff or whatever. just kind of a different, maybe it's just one side or 6 points or whatever, or maybe it's, gear points or whatever. But
stock cars don't have the crate.
No,
they don't have a crate option. So they have 2 engine options, but I don't even know that the big motor option is even used anymore. Everybody's using the flat top 350 spec-headed 500 CFM 2-barrel motor. So Brock's come from Mid-State. Motor got from Jeremy Swanson.
Yep, got used from Jeremy. Yep.
So yeah, it's just been serving them great. So like I say, it's just some of the things we watch just to kind of monitor where the motor's at. We start paying attention to oil consumption, and Brock at the beginning of the year had none, and he's reached a point now where he's sharing that he's using about a quart a night. That's acceptable still, but nonetheless, we're in August, so it's really right in line with what we call the timeline of the build.
So what's causing that? The bearings?
No, the rings. As we're always trying to find more power in these things, the rings have gotten super, super, super thin. We're doing everything we can to keep the dirt out of a motor. We're better at it now than we've ever been, but it's still getting in there in very small doses. But it's a ring wear deal, so it's coming up past the rings. The bearing side of life, I think that all builders have pretty much got a good handle on that. Once you find your bearing clearance that you want, you do whatever it takes to get to that. Speaking for myself, and really the crank and rods have really improved. We see a motor go down every once in a while, but man, back in the 90s, it was 2 or 3 died a night. And now maybe 2 or 3 die a month.
And that's why he would be, because of the motor, he's picking and choosing a little more where he's racing. Mm-hmm. Putting 2 extra nights on it in an Underwood might sacrifice 2 nights at the end of the year. He's hoping to plan his nights out to get through Oktoberfest. That's what his goal is. He wants to pull the motor out after Oktoberfest, get it freshened up, put it back in for next year.
Like I say, we're watching it. I've heard of people running through 2 quarts a night. I think that, and even mid-states will say that it's you're there. But the couple of things I look for on when we see oil consumption is any smoke coming out of it, and Brock's got no smoke coming out of it yet. So on D-cell going into the corner and stuff like that. So I think that I think it's still a plenty strong motor. His results are certainly solid still. So we started counting up. I think we're 8-9 nights away from Oktoberfest on his schedule. So
yeah, he's already got his nights planned out. He had this planned out.
June 1st.
Yeah, June 1st. He had what nights he was racing, where he was racing them, and how many nights he was going to have on the motor at the end of the year. That's been his plan from the beginning. He hasn't deviated. He hasn't changed. He hasn't.
Jordan, that smoke, that's no big deal. Back in the 80s, a little motor honey in there, the smoke's gone.
Well, it was claim time too, So you got what you bought. So sometimes it was on purpose, and sometimes you just hoped it finished. But those days are gone, and nowadays, motors are an investment. And Brock is doing exactly what his plan was on the 1st of June. Just like I said, hasn't deviated, and at the same time, he's got a car that doesn't get hot. That matters too.
That matters as well.
That matters a bunch. So I got one that I can't cool for nothing, and I got to be careful with that. So things are just going the right way, and then it'll give them winter here to rebuild and maybe get some depth too.
Victory Lane with Jake Nelson.
That was exciting, huh?
My goodness, was he?
He was so much fun, wasn't he? He felt like a crackhead, as he just put on my Victory Lane speech at Nodak. I felt like a crackhead.
That's what you want to see Kyle Strickler like that when he was at Dakota Speedway. Winning. Yep. That's what the tough times. What Chris Tuchscher dealt with. And then the good times. The rough times make the best times all the sweeter. And
racing has all the great attributes of a great novel. So ups and downs.
Unreal.
That was awesome for Jake. Jake, you shared that was your first Nodak win. I didn't know that.
Yep.
So you made it big. Time. Made it big. The biggest stock car payoff in Nodak history. So awesome. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. For those that don't know, Jake was my race director on the Tougher Than Dirt Tour this year. Mm-hmm. So obviously Jake and I are pretty good friends. I got to go down and we talked at the beginning of the night, Ben and I said, do you want to do redraw or victory lane? And we kind of yo-yoed back and forth. He goes, I'll go do redraw. You go do victory lane. Oh, yeah. You know, and as I'm watching that race, we're calling it back and forth. Also, shout out to Ben Deatherage. What a cool guy to have up here. The stats,
so awesome.
The sponsors, everything that he did. If you have a chance and you have a Darn TV replay subscription, go back and watch what he did for the stock car heats. It was World of Outlaw style. He would go down when it came to Brock, I'm just going to use him because he's easy. The Beater Brothers Construction, Magic Towing, Darn TV, Dynamic Auto Solutions, Tough Trucks, 48, Mid-State, B&B, whatever, how they go.
1993 Hobby Stock Estevan champion. I mean, he's going way.
I was just going to go there. And, I mean, once he reads your stats, I mean, it's glued in. I mean,
and he reads all the stats.
So.
Honestly,
spelling bee champion in the second grade.
I just take a step back. He said he had that all planned out for the heat races, and I was like, you know what, dude? You just do the whole lineup for the heat races, and I'm just going to kind of sit back and just chill. And what an amazing guy to work with. But Ben, we decided that I was going to go down and do Victory Lane.
I don't do this very often, but I did this to him where I was a little bit fangirl. I said, my friend requested it. and he accepted like oh. Will you go to prom with me?
But getting to interview Jake, getting to interview my brother, pretty cool night.
It was,
and it was those two put on a show. They didn't have contact. I mean, in the last 5 laps, that restart with 5 to go, they separated themselves while racing side by side. So I just feel like the two best stock cars that night were out front battling for the win.
No controversy.
They weren't there by accident.
Yeah.
There was no touching. There was no nothing.
Shout out to the track, though, to have the 2 grooves to get that going. It wasn't freight train, which leads to bumping. And when you can race like that, you don't need to lean on it.
Yeah, good point. And I'll reference that late model night.
Same thing with the late model night.
They've been working and things were going the right way, but it really materialized at the late models, and it's been repeated since. So, yeah, I'm with you. Good on track.
And that's why it was so kind of depressing not to get the mod tour night in. But
yeah,
it's okay.
When you got a great late model, you can't get it all, huh? You got to take a break.
But it's ebbs and flow. You go back to last year's mod tour, we had that bonus night that we got out of Jamestown.
Oh, yeah, great night there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a give and take world, it appears, even with Mother Nature. So, yeah, good on Ben. Again, if you know IMCA, or if you wanted to look up your stats or whatever, Bill Martin used to do it. Bill stepped aside, retired, and Ben has taken over that spot. And I wondered what could fill Bill Martin's shoes. If you've ever talked to him, it's incredible. Ben can. He will actually up the game, and that's great. I mean, he's a historian. He's a good conversation. I was able to the rookie that I am announce with him on that Jamestown rainout last year, and we just clicked. It was great. And like I say, you had him up for Tougher Than Dirt. So great guy. Keep coming back, man.
That weekend or that Saturday night was the Jason Niffen Memorial. Then it went into the Ole Olson Memorial. We did the missing man formation, but we came up with the missing 2 men formation to where the front row stayed in the middle, and we left the outside and the inside empty when we did the 4 wide salute. One for your dad, and then one for Tony Niffen. No, I said Jason Niffen. Tony Niffen Memorial on Saturday night in Underwood. We did the same thing for Ole Olson and Butch Boyce on Sunday. Those were the 2 cool things that we got to witness and be a part of, which I thought was pretty badass. That's what you said, trying to give that.
Brandon, you have a talent with all of your talents and what you can do, race, do this, do that, but you have a very emotional side to a very tough man's game. But you have this very sensitive side where you can pull in the emotion. That's what makes you great in Victory Lane, to capture that. And that's what I'm remembering is the slingshot fellas. You'll get down there with them. You're not too big for the moment, and you capture the moment.
I appreciate it. I just
nice words, and it's true. Yeah. Yeah, you have compassion when it's compassion time, and you got to be a tough guy when you got to be tough. I mean, you got to be the referee too. So.
I'm pretty hard on myself sometimes when I'm announcing. I get frustrated. I don't show it per se, but I go back at the end of the night and go, "Why did I say that?" It is what it is.
Life at speed, dude.
Yep. Some people, we're going to go into the John Gall Memorial Night, which was badass. Some people will go back, or maybe they listen to us live, Jordan and I and Christy during the feature time. It felt so much like, and we joked about it, but it felt so much like Jerry and Ryan down at Super 9. We're not Jerry and Ryan. Jordan and I are not Jerry and Ryan. But talent-wise, it didn't feel like that. We're not that good. But what I'm saying is with Christy there and us, we were able to just flow and talk, like under breaks.
Yeah.
And we got going on that damn moon. That moon thing just sticks in my mind. The people in the stands probably didn't even hear us talking about the dang moon.
Hopefully.
But just to go back,
moon,
some of the laughing and the joking up there, it's just that's what makes it so much fun, Because, we're talking about racing, but sometimes there's nothing to talk about, or we're under a red flag or an extended yellow or whatever, and my camera gal zooms in on the moon, and we're trying to figure out what phase the moon is. Do you remember what phase it was the other night?
Oh, golly, the sturgeon.
Sturgeon.
Yeah. I was stuck on strawberry. I knew it wasn't because that's in the spring, but it was red just the same. So here we go again. But here's what happens when you're up there. The window's open so Jenny can hear us talking.
Well, no, she has a headset on, so she can hear us.
Oh, okay, she got a headset too, so she
hears us.
And then when we're not paying attention, we got to watch her because then she's on the race. We got to catch her.
We have obviously me producing the broadcast, we have a monitor in front of us with what she has on her camera all the time. So she'll lead us down a path sometimes with what she zooms in.
We're stuck on 7th and 8th, and she's on 3rd and 4th. Whoa! So. Yeah. And
sometimes it'll be just Jordan will point down at the monitor, or I'll point over. As I'm talking, I'll point over at the monitor, and we transition. It's you need it all. You need her doing what she does, us talking. It's a lot of fun. It's
different perspectives. I enjoy it, so it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this week, just the other night, we added modifieds on Saturday afternoon. Were you excited for that post that came out?
Anytime the ground pounders are there, who isn't going to like that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Just kind of going down rabbit holes, as you would say now. So Saturday afternoon, I'm scrolling along on Facebook, and I see a couple little girls are selling lemonade.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, huh. Yeah, one's looking for a Tesla and one's looking for a Bronco. They're selling lemonade. So I told Tina, I say, hey, get in the car. We got to go down and catch this lemonade stand. So, oh, boy.
That big tire, that big, what do you call it?
Yes, double-wide gator tire.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, he ran over it. It looks like it. The passenger door is squished up. So end up being Smallsy and Taylor's girls, Kendra and Kennedy, are selling lemonade. So we're down there, and they're all big-eyed and all that there, and we're having a great time. But at any rate, long story long, I'm standing in the garage, and Smallsy like, I think we should have A-mods tomorrow. Of course, I'm just laughing, egging them on a little bit, and boom. We had A-mods tomorrow.
So that's how it happens.
Well, and that's how I seen it happen.
And so how does that payout work?
Sport mod payoff, I think.
I think they raced for sport mod money.
Yeah. So what I saw was the payoff wasn't important, but getting the last shot at the Nodak track before the $4,000 win deal.
They wanted a pre-race or a pre-night before the $4,000 win.
I'll say I seen all the Western guns there. Well, almost all of them.
Right.
So
wonder what is the thought process of running the mods? Because you would think that the mods would go last on the month of money, but they're going before the hobbies.
I think tradition from last year.
Yeah.
I think the Monte was the third week in August last year, and I think they kept it the third week in August this year.
I would say that organizing that with the family was probably somewhat of that schedule deal. So, yeah. That's what I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking.
And I know for almost sure that the stock car deal was coordinated with Underwood. So that's why you've seen it in the order you did. Mm-hmm. And I think the hobbies and sport mods maybe could have been interchangeable. They just went in this order, I guess.
Jason wanted to celebrate his dad and a stock car deal, and being involved in Underwood kind of makes that stock car the right one for the first one off, as it was last year. So I like that money, that August month of money type of deal. But that is a pretty cool question. I mean, why does it kind of go all over the place as far as the lineup? But I would say coordinating it with the people that are sponsoring it, the people that need to be there and all that there. Probably
I think the stock cars had their place for a reason, and the mods have their place. I think the sport mod and hobbies probably could have been swapped. I'm just assuming. I don't think there was any sort of...
And $4,000 for the hobbies, is that the biggest payout for a hobby that you know of?
That I know of.
Yeah, I would say the same.
I know I've been fielding some gearing questions from some guys down south that are thinking they raced somewhere Saturday night, and they were trying to determine if they had to change gears to come up here, because they're 8 to 10 hours away.
I would think that your friend Morgan will be coming up here for that.
He said on the Tougher Than Dirt Tour when he was here he was going to come back for that deal. But I know that I know that some other people from that area have reached out. And
exciting. Again, 48 cars in the premier, the $4,000 to win class twice already. I mean, wow.
Let's do it again.
I wasn't sure we had that many sport mods. Yeah, there was a couple of travelers.
The crazy part is,
I didn't know we had that many.
When you look at the stock cars, you're still missing a handful of kind of some household names. You didn't have an Adam Goff there. You didn't have a Jason Berg there from Mandan, who normally comes up.
Chris Hortness.
You didn't have a Chris Hortness.
Is that fella?
You didn't have
Sean.
Didn't have Sean Strand. You didn't have some of the names that you would normally maybe see.
That Hellman
could have popped up into the mid-50s.
Well, I think Hellman came, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Yeah. Maybe some more of that Fargo stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, again, reflecting back to when these things are put together in the wintertime, August is... if you're in the promoting side of the life, farming's happening, school's happening.
All right, good point, Jordan, because I think I remember Brandon saying that August, you make all your money in the first part of the season, and then in August, you don't make as much money, so raise the payout so you lose more money.
If you're basing it off experience, that's exactly what it was going to look like.
You need to put the dollar. You need to put the, we can go into it, but it's $150
registration.
$150 registration
per
car plus a $30 pit pass. So call it $180, and you're only getting a payout if you finish in the top 24. If you finish in the feature.
Yeah.
So those that did not make the feature, Jordan, you didn't make the feature.
I didn't make features, so
he went home with a goose egg.
Yeah.
But
I was 150 into it. So non-qualifiers didn't make
non-qualifiers get nothing.
Or on the mod tour they do. I'm sorry.
On the mod, on the mod tour, Tougher Than Dirt Tour, we pay less at the top and try to put it. But at the same time, I shouldn't even put it that way, because the purse from top to last on this 4,000 to win deal is stellar.
It is
stellar. There ain't another place in the country that's paying $400 to start.
Right.
But they sacrifice paying out the non-qualifiers. So when you show up there, it's like a gamble. Am I going to make the show and get the $400, or am I going to just donate
And it's fresh enough that I was interested.
Right.
Type of deal, or
and I don't know. I would believe that it would still work next year. I don't see why it wouldn't, but
the first two nights out have been just great, and we know we had the Monte last year, and that was great. So we're practically there as far as
take that added with some sponsor money, and then you team it up with classes that don't pay out as much. The compacts, the slingshots, the non-wing cars, so their payouts are very minimal, and you team that up with an entry fee and a sponsorship money, and you actually get yourself down to where almost a weekly payout was.
Some feedback from Smallsy was that they had lost $800 on the first weekend.
They lost more than that in May.
Yeah.
On one night.
To me, that doesn't even count. It's that close. So, and to have a show on that magnitude, I think he said the payoff was like 21 and change. That's a pretty stout show.
Just the
stock cars.
Yeah, just the stock car purse, and just these 4,000 to win purses alone are over $20K.
Yeah. So. Again, August, with experience, August is not your month to go crazy type of deal. So, but good on them. Good on people participating in it, both driver and fan, and that's how things get going. That's how things get established for the future. Heck yeah.
So, But just to give you an idea, so 150 times 48, that's 7,200. So out of that $20,000 purse, 7,200 of it is made up with sponsors or with
registrations. That almost takes care of the first 3 spots.
But that's the point of it. I mean, I agree with what they're doing and the way the purse is set up because you want that big show. Will it hurt car count in the future? Maybe, because the guys that
I use a reference, it's still that fresh.
Right. But the guys that know they don't have a chance in the feature, are they going to come pay $150 to race?
Year after year?
Year after year, maybe not.
Maybe not.
But at the same time, racing is an expensive game. As I've talked to some other people in the derbying world, you're paying big money, $200 to enter these demo derbies, and only the top 5 go home with money. A couple of my guys that I work with out there, they're big into rodeos. They're paying $100 to $120 to enter these rodeos to be a bull rider or whatever they're doing. Top 3 go home with money.
Just like the sports book in Vegas.
Yeah.
Throw her down there.
Yeah.
Well, you catch what I'm saying? I mean, in the dirt track racing world, especially up here, being club ran, we're always trying to find the purse money to pay out the guys that show up. The show money, up money, fuel money, whatever you want to call it.
Well, I mean that's always been the go-to to make sure that the car count stays thick. So.
And I hope I'm not giving out all the Nodaks or Smalls' secrets on how he has this thing set up. But I mean, you can just.
It's fairly basic once you get the conversation started.
Right.
I mean, where's the money going to come from? Well, here, and here.
You mean kind of basic, like making a decision on running mods over a lemonade stand?
Well, I'm just saying that maybe the timing was just that. But
but what about those mod guys? What are they at home watching Matlock and get the call?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, the mod guys have to be careful. And I joked with a couple of them on Sunday night. I go. Let me get this straight. So a normal weekly show mods, the total purse for a mod is probably about $5,500 roughly. The total purse. They race for I think $700 to win here at Nodak and $110 or whatever to start. Now the 2 big nights that we've had mods, they have showed up in good numbers. The late model night, World of All the late model night, they were racing for Sport Mod purse that night too. And then they just showed up with 21.
What does that mean? Sport Mod purse, just like the top is $400 to win?
At $5,500 for an A mod purse, Sport Mod's probably half that.
Probably half that.
Yeah.
So it's I think it's $250 or $300 to win for a Sport Mod. Mm-hmm. So you're taking a pretty big cut in pay. And the mod guys are going to hate me saying this, but
yeah. So the question is, why are you racing for less?
Why are we showing up? There you go.
So populated.
You get 21 cars or whatever. Did we have 21 the other night?
Yeah, all of. It was north of 20.
And they raced like they were racing for $10,000. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of different presentation.
Correct. So you get
versus a mod tour race.
You get 21 cars to show up on a night where you're racing for, let's say, half the money. Okay. But you take a championship night. What did we have on championship night where you're racing for full mod purse? And I think you only got 11.
Well, I think the reputation is that you racers aren't in it for the money.
We aren't in it for the money until somebody looks at a purse like this, like what they're putting out here, and goes, "Well, it doesn't even pay the start. It doesn't even pay me to not start the feature." Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought the money didn't matter. 2 weeks ago, the money didn't matter.
I use this.
It's a huge debate. It's a huge debate.
I use this past weekend as a precursor to this.
Yeah,
weekend.
they wanted to race. It's a prelude.
Late model night. I'm going to give that a little bit of that too, because let's face it, the late models are a big show.
Yep, they wanted to be a part of it.
You kind of you want to be a part of it, and at the same time, they kind of got hammered on it too.
Right.
You better show up. I mean, there was that too. So I guess the message is yes, they can race for less sometimes.
Well, what about this? Okay, the late model night, one of the biggest Nodak crowds we've probably ever had. Mm-hmm. Pfeiffer won that night. That feels pretty good for him to win in front of that big crowd. So, I mean, maybe the payout ain't that great, but my name's out there.
The arena was. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's why 4th of July is such a big night, because you get such a huge crowd for the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. And because they're there for the fireworks. I mean, they're there for the races, but they're there for the fireworks. You get that big grandstand full of people. That's why the 4th of July means so much to win, or I always thought it did. The more people in the grandstands, when you can go
it's
up
a big
there,
celebration nationally, and so anything locally is shirt telling on that.
You want the most people in that grandstand when you're down there doing the interview. 'Cause that's badass.
And on the front page, or not even anywhere, the social media pages, Pierce Pfeiffer take Nodak on June 29th. You know, your name's right there next to a big name.
Good point. Yeah. Fame and fortune. Maybe in that order.
Oh, for late model night, drivers raised extra money to get to the normal payout. So they went and got extra sponsorship to get to the normal payout.
Although those are important
That makes
tidbits.
sense.
That matters too. So,
yeah.
And every once in a great while, I mean, you can kind of reach out for that help. I know Mark with Capital City Motor Works and stuff like that has stepped up, and those all matter. They can't do it every night, but they can do it some nights.
I'm telling you, get that Nodak Sportsbook going down underneath there. That purse can get really big.
Well, there was. Do you remember Motor Magic? I think it was 2 or 3 years ago or 4 years ago. I don't know. I can't remember when it was. When a guy was there and he was over doing some sort of auctioning for the classic cars, and he came to the races and he approached me and he goes, "Let me do something. Can I have your mic?" And I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, I've got in trouble before putting guys on the microphone, and the board almost put me on a stake and lit me on fire because I gave a guy a microphone that didn't belong on a microphone. And I said, "You got to tell me what you're going to do before you get." And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna raise some money." And he stood down there and he said he had a $100 bill in his hand. He goes, "Race fans, I'm gonna take this $100 bill and I'm putting it in the purse for these drivers tonight to put on a show for you guys. Who's gonna match it?" You know, and then all of a sudden people started coming down and they handed him money, and he reaches it. He goes, "Okay, I got another $100 bill. Who's going to match this $100 bill?" And pretty soon people come down. We'll take anything you got, $1 or $5. Raised over $5,000 or $6,000.
Wow.
It was crazy. Do you remember that or not?
I don't.
I don't. I must have been in the pits.
Yes, because it kind of went in between races and stuff. But it was crazy the amount of support that the race fans themselves were donating in, because it was just a steady flow of kids and people coming down and handing dollars and 5s and 10s and 20s, and I don't know. It's kind of cool.
That's super cool. And I won't take anything away from the 50-50, but can the club get in on that a little bit?
The 50-50?
Yeah.
No, the club does. The Nodak Speedway Hall of Fame. Don't take away from us building a wall. We're building a wall, people.
Hey, I love the Hall of Fame. I'm with you. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, I went down a rabbit hole on the Nodak Speedway Hall of Fame website, and I think you digitized a bunch of old pictures. Like there's 150 of them on there.
Oh,
crazy amount. The scanner's right there. I got it out because I had to do some scanning the other day. So don't let Katie know that the scanner's back out, otherwise she'll want me to do more.
And the bad part about it was like these are way back there. They felt old, right? And all of a sudden it said 1978. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not old.
Yeah, we were in school.
Yeah.
High school.
Them pictures you're talking about were donated. Somebody bought a house, and they were going through. They bought a house that was foreclosed on or something. So they bought it as is, and they were going through cleaning stuff out, and they came across this bag, and it was a bunch of photos from the Nodak Speedway, and they didn't know what year, but you could trace the stuff on the back and figure out when they were developed. In 1978 is when they were developed.
I'll have to get on there and take a peek. I hadn't looked in there for a while.
I got all the originals back there in the room.
There's a lot of photos in this house.
Only a couple.
Yeah, before those showed up.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
So, to Sunday night, John Gall Memorial, we got started with compacts. Zach Eubanks keeping his streak going.
Yeah, like I say, he's the
the
measuring stick.
Brian Eubanks set up here a little while ago. There's been so many. Terry Davidson's checked in. A lot of people have checked in. Brian Eubanks said they may be losing a few drivers, but there's a lot of new drivers coming in. Mark Pearson supposedly got a car, and he'll be in it for Motor Magic.
Yeah.
So
nice to see Mark return.
But compacts, Zach Eubanks, A-Mods, Travis Hagen, which you're kind of getting to that. you had Travis Hagen, Cody Shope, Stephen Pfeiffer, Aaron Turnbull. I mean, those are the who's who of the modified division in this area.
Yeah, Aaron up in there too. We referenced it. It was like watching a race in Estevan, and I mean, the guys are getting around good. They're going to work on them this week to get around gooder this Sunday, and nice to see Cody back. Cody hadn't been here for a while.
Yep.
So
Drew Christensen, Trevor
Drew was running
Bohannon,
good.
the Tornado, Jared Thielen, Hot Saucy, and then
I think it's only a matter of time before Smalls pulls something off. Look how fast he came up there.
Went up plus 12.
Hard charger. Mm-hmm.
Well, because he actually, we give him a lot of grief, Christy and I do, in the heat races, because he signs up for a mod heat, or he signs in, and then he doesn't get to race his mod in the heat race. So when he pulls on the track, sometimes he does some packing, and I say, well, and taking the back is Justin Medler in the Optimum Egg Solutions Big Wheels water truck. He's not going to pass Ride Height Tech. He's not going to pass a lot of it, but he's going to give her a shot. So when he shows up to the feature, it actually,
he sacrifices his heat race is what the message is, and then
for track prep reasons.
To keep the track up to speed, he's able to get some entertainment out of the night with his car. I thought he was getting around pretty good, so heck yeah.
I wish that race could have gone 10 more laps. Because Cody seemed like he was coming on pretty good. Aaron looked like he was coming on pretty good.
Took Aaron a little bit to get there. I agree. I guess I'm interrupting. But I noticed that Cody had maintained the gap. And as they got into traffic, he might have shortened it up a little bit. And Travis get through it as good as anybody for sure. So,
of course, Travis could have been taking care of things and not giving it the full onion. You never know.
Yeah. True that. And like I say, they're very good at what they do. So, and this late in the year, you can almost kind of you're getting used to how each one of them utilizes their yellow laps when there's a yellow. The way they search the track. Travis is the ultimate in defense and offense on a restart. He just knows how to park it up on the hill and come across without anybody getting underneath him, and at the same time without stacking them up and wrecking them.
Yep.
So I think that he is picture perfect on restarts. So
there's a lot of raciness out of Bland Bohannon too. I think I heard him talking that him and Travis are pretty good pals.
Yep.
And I can see
friends.
I think there's some influence going on there because at the start of that race,
Trevor been getting around good.
Trevor really also made the jump to a Rage this year. So you go back to that Rage Nation USA.
I understand it's Justin's personal house car too. So
I believe it was.
What I've heard. So yeah. Not to minimize anything, but man, it shot him right into the picture. So he's come from deep in the pack,
but you look at this here. So in this top 9 you have on your screen. So Travis Hagen's a Rage. Cody Shope is not a Rage. He's something else. Steve Pfeiffer's a Rage. Aaron Turnbull's a Rage. Drew's a Rage. Bohannon's a Rage.
Yeah.
Thielen, I think, is a Hughes.
I think he is a Hughes. Yeah.
And Isaac Sondrel's a Rage. Medler's a Rage. Carruthers is, I'm not sure, and then you got Biella, but I mean, out of your top 9, you got 7 of them.
Are you surprised that Rage thing hasn't watered down yet?
It kind of did. A few years ago, it did. People branched out to performers and
guys that would take the Rage to the next step.
Right. But performer and then Eldorados were pretty big there for a year or two, but a lot of them have found their way back.
Yeah. Yeah, well, to reference Big Show there, I mean, he went to the performer and then went back to a Rage. And it seems like, to me, what I see is in the IMCA-sanctioned world that Rage car from Justin O'Brien is as good as it gets.
Yep.
He's certainly back on his game.
So Jeff Taylor was here during the tour, and he looked pretty good. And
see, now he's got a new one of them.
Longhorn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what because he used to build his own stuff. Everyone, if you were anything, was a Taylor.
Yeah. Shaw by Taylor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm not even sure what the status of Shaw is.
I don't know if there is a status. I don't know if there is a status. I have no idea.
Not sure. Things change.
Eli Turnbull picking up the slingshot feature win again. He went plus a few spots, didn't he? Well, he went plus 9 plus a few spots.
Yeah, all of them.
Plus, yeah. So what I noticed on Sunday is the slingshots are actually lining up by IMCA point average.
Oh.
They're running a little mini point season.
I didn't know
August to the end of Motor Magic is their little point season that they're running. They're going to crown a champion.
Think about how far they've come. Remember when they used to drive around just in the middle?
Put a little track in the infield?
And then there was, I know Estevan a lot of times would lead them around with the four-wheeler, trying to keep them pace. Yep. And now they're turning into their own little...
Yeah, we just got to get some of these other tracks on board with doing it the way that it's being done in Williston, Estevan, Minot. And Underwood. We're treating them like a big class. We're treating them and listen on your receiver. Like in Estevan, there's a pit meeting just for them that says you got to have your receiver and you have to listen to it. Guys, I'm going to tell you what to do, and a lot of them, like in Underwood, they listen really well. In Minot, they listen really well. You go to some other tracks, they still lead them with a four-wheeler. They still stop them, get them lined up, stuff like that. These kids are there to learn. We got to get them on the same page. Botno, they do a good job up there as well.
Like you say, not all tracks had them right away, so there's some learning curves. But I think we're getting pretty close to being all on the same page.
Yep.
So,
Noah Madler, legend win. That name again, Noah Madler.
Good legend race.
Great legend race.
Preston had actually gotten in the lead and went around coming off of 2. There was just seemingly a dry, slick spot there that had gotten a couple of guys. Almost got Preston twice.
I think the funniest part was he tried to take on that big tractor tire, that implement tire.
Yeah, we referenced that there. They don't have a reverse, so I wonder if he wasn't trying to boink it hard enough to back up far enough to be able to continue. But, they don't have reverse, so...
And then into the Northern Sport Mods.
Look at that. Noah's got his victory lane as his profile on my race pass.
Yep.
Sweet.
5 heat races again. They did the same passing point format.
Like the stock cars the week before.
Yep. Same as the stock cars. We'll do the same things as the mods this year. All 4 events are going to be the same. B-main winners, when you have a guy, Taylor Stenvold, picked up a couple feature wins here at the Nodak Speedway. He had to go through a B-main. He ended up winning it. Josh Apple, all the way from Iowa, he came up and joined us. He came through a B-main.
He committed himself to running the bottom there, and he worked his way through. So.
And then you get to the feature time, and you're going to see a guy like Gabe DeShaw. He drew the 7 pill. He went +6 to pick up the win. Chad Stretchen got in the lead early. Levi Runge started up front. He led at the beginning.
He did. Mm-hmm.
And then Chad was able to kind of clear him. The track changed so much. That's the biggest thing I noticed in that 40 laps. They started at the top. They kind of moved to the middle. But then by the end, guys were running the bottom.
Yeah, Apple was right down there on the bottom and maintaining.
Chad seems to run this line that is only his.
Yep.
And no one else seems to be there. And it seems like it just is so much...
Kind of right down the middle.
Yeah, and it's good for him.
Yeah, typically you back up. Usually, there's some moisture on the bottom, moisture on the top. So
it got fun when Pavlicek came up in there, and he got in between, I believe it was Gabe, Pavlicek, and then Chad. And that got very, very racy.
I almost thought Chad was going to lose the left rear on that deal. He didn't. The left rear quarter pound, I'm not sure what was holding it on.
So that was another one of them deals. That was just like the Tuchscher one the week before. There was debris, and the yellow was actually coming out
before that
contact. Because they had some debris. There was something in turn 4 or coming down the front straightaway, something. Because that was another thing. We didn't get the call upstairs. We didn't know who the call was on. We just assumed.
We were slow mowing the.
Well, we assumed that because Pavlicek went to the pits, we just thought, well, if, that's what the call was on, was Pavlicek, because he spun Chad out. But actually, it was call on debris, so everybody would have got their spots back.
Mm-hmm. Other than he had to go in for a tire.
Other than he went to the back because of a tire. But it was pretty cool to see Rich jump in one of his old cars. Jaden, his son, has been running all summer. Rich himself has kind of taken a back seat. I'm just going to hang out with Jaden.
Yeah.
And go racing with him.
Jaden been over here a few times previous, too. I mean, he's been driving around catching lots of races. So
I think it was not last Motor Magic, but the Motor Magic prior that Gabe got into one of Eric Laudenschlager's A-mods and did very, very well in it.
Yep.
And so this night was kind of the reverse favor, and Laudenschlager was in a 21 car.
And I understand that was actually Eric's sport mod when Deshaws had gotten it. So pretty cool story there. I'm not sure what took Eric off the track. I seen him pulling off under power, but so neat to see Eric back on the track and
some names you wouldn't normally see. Kyle Schulp drove one of Keenan Glosser's cars.
Yeah. Cody had to remind me. I forgot that Kyle had actually raced the sport mod already. I'd kind of spaced that out.
I did too.
Yeah, a couple of seasons there. Once Cody reminded me, it started coming back to me. But
Ryan Riestead came from the Fargo area. He's pretty well known for his success over there.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Goodwin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Made his trip back to racing, or his debut,
and it seemed like he didn't miss a beat.
That's what I said too.
Yeah, he looked really good.
Right there in the thick of things, and he ended up having some kind of mechanical trouble there that took him out. But man, his heat race was aggressive, and I'm with you. Looked like he'd never missed a lap. So good to see Tim back at the track doing his thing. I mean, wow.
And this don't happen very often, but there was actually a driver here that I had never heard of. Justin Jones from Bemidji, Minnesota. I had never heard of him.
I had never heard of him either. The 8 car.
The 8 car.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends on which side.
Yeah.
It had a 69 on the one side with a duct tape 8 over the 69.
I think he got hard charger.
And I think Bemidji races on Sunday nights as well. So
you had to give up a local.
I'm going to be real with you. I didn't even know Bemidji had a racetrack.
Home of Mike Spalding.
Well, I knew Mike Spalding. Yeah. I got that. But I didn't. Number one, I thought if Bemidji had a racetrack, they would most likely be Wissota. That's just where my brain goes.
But 2 Iowa guys coming up, that means something's going down.
Cole Suko.
The whole home of IMCA
Josh
racing.
Apple, yep.
I mean, Ben must feel this. I mean, he must be in IMCA country like, what's happening in Minot? $4,000. Pay attention.
Pay attention.
So, and then another thing that happened in the Cole County Classic, Gabe's in Victory Lane, and he says, this is my swan song in the sport mod.
Yep.
Which all the rest of the sport mod drivers are saying, take it up a notch.
So Justin Jones has raced a lot of Midwest mod and sport mod this year. Just to give you guys a heads up there.
Well, both Wissota and IMCA then.
So he must have one of each.
Well, maybe that's what the door was off of.
Maybe.
But
Gabe Deshaw, Chad Stretchin put an epic battle together up front.
Yep.
Just like the week before. Just like the week before with Brock and
just like the championship.
Just like the championship.
Yep. Yeah.
Then them two
nice words for each other.
Swapped spots down in Underwood. Night 1 went to Chad. Night 2 went to Gabe. They both had mucho respect for each other down in their Victory Lane interviews.
I think Chad and Brock are like mirror images. They're both...
both of them are kind of balding.
Are you kidding? There's no way Brock is balding. He's got a full head of hair. Anyway, but they've had a very, very good career. But this year, I think they've been revived and just racing like...
There's Cole Suko right there in a B main.
I think you would say that both of them probably one of their best years ever.
Yeah, I would agree. And
both finished second for the 4,000.
And both had years last year they probably would like to forget. I think Chad had some motor problems last year, if I remember right.
Transponder problem.
Transponder problem. Maybe that was 2 years ago that he had motor problems. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, pretty cool. Pretty cool. To be halfway into this month of money, you're right. Summer's almost over.
Yeah.
5 nights. 5 nights of Nodak left.
Yeah. 3 weekends.
3 weekends.
Mm-hmm. Sad but true. Mainly sad. And it is true.
Fear the rear making moves. What are we doing? I'm not trying to rush you, but I got to be up early tomorrow.
Yeah. What do you got, Craig?
Well, I just got to give credit to the racing community. McLean County, with what they're continuing to do with the Cole County Classic, the Mod Tour. I mean, racing's really doing good right now. Nodak Speedway, the Month of Money, and just trying their best to continue to promote and honor the history at the same time. I mean, look at how they're honoring John Gall, your mama, Ole.
Yeah. Great memorials.
Monty. You can't have a target without remembering where you're coming from, and they're doing both at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I do like it. Yeah. I'm going to wander way off. The racing's been just fantastic and stuff like that, but I'm going to wander off a little bit. I know the news is out, but I just want to say it here. Marcus and Mariah, proud parents of baby boy.
Yep.
Tasker. So good on them, and excited
to
see.
How cool is Tasker Tomlinson?
Tasker, yeah.
I cannot wait to announce, starting 7th tonight, inside row number 4, what number is he going to be?
25T.
25T, Tasker Tomlinson.
So, right. And like Isaac says, Harrison's only 1 year older.
God darn.
We got another one in there. We got about 3 of them running around here. So 10 years from now, the slingshot class will be alive and well. And we're going to blink our eyes. It's going to happen. So good on them, new parents, and they'll be great at it. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I was gonna go somewhere else, but I'm gonna spin off on that. Mariah being 9 months literally 9 months pregnant, and still doing her job as scoring down at the McLean County Speedway. She literally got induced 2 days after the Cole County Classic.
To be exact.
She was up there 9 months pregnant, being a rock star.
That's cool.
Focused. Yeah. Great people. Exciting.
The things that people don't realize, they go take in the races and they don't even realize stuff like that. And that's, or
you expect it to just happen, and it does, but
I'll give a shout out to Jen Ravinius. First night back from the fair, had some scoring issues. She had to do a lot of hand scoring. She had to do a lot of hand entering in. And the regular fan, the regular person out there would have never even known we had problems that stock car night.
Yeah.
We went through the whole heat races without.
I know you said live timing had stopped, and boy, that changes everything.
Yeah,
when you're used to it.
We had nothing, and she just kept things rolling, and her and Jeff Craig and the whole group up there came in, and I don't even know how big of a group it was, but they made things work when everybody could have threw their hands in the air and gave up.
I got another one. Announcers, you guys have many talents, can race, announce. Lindsay Lawson and
Hall
the
of
Lawson. Fame. That too.
We didn't even get to bring up Hall of Fame stuff. We did that too while we were on our 6-week hiatus.
But Lindsay officiated a wedding during the Cole County Classic, had to miss it. So did the Lawson Racing team.
Yep.
And it was Kevin, daughter, got married.
Okay, Ashley. Okay.
Yes.
How does a racing family put up with a wedding during race season? We need to discuss this.
I think that was a problem. So the rollover was convenient where Dusty had to take some time away.
Yeah.
But then also, a shout out to you, Jordan. A wonderful, and I'm not saying you're done racing.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good years left.
I got a garage full of it. I know that.
You are Benny Parsons. You're Daryl Waltrip. You are. There is announcing in your future, and I love listening to you up there.
I'm enjoying it. I will say that, and I just see it with race car driver eyes. So I'm always looking for the ribbon of moisture. Pay attention on the restarts. So Brandon will have me around. We'll be around. So heck yeah.
Yeah. You're
That's
always
nice.
invited up to the booth with me. So
What time is early?
Early?
Yeah, you got to get.
I have to be set up on the golf course by 8 in Tioga.
Well, now you just lost all
golf course. Well, it's an event.
I'm cooking.
Oh.
I'm the whole one cook.
I
Damn
thought
it.
you were working.
That is work.
He's not laughing. Yeah.
My work tomorrow is the Oilman's golf tournament in Tioga.
The grind. It's real, man. It's real.
I still have to do my daily job. While I'm doing that, I'll
Making the big bucks.
be flipping steak sandwiches on a phone, getting trucks coordinated, flipping steak sandwiches, putting them on a
Red
bun.
Mike, is that where you're going?
No, Tioga Country Club.
I've never been there.
Just a little 9-hole. You might have to get up one morning, take in the Stanley. Have you been to the Stanley Country Club?
Nah.
Take in the Stanley golf course, then roll over to Tioga. Do 9 in Stanley, 9 in Tioga. You'll appreciate it.
I don't golf.
Oh, you don't golf. Your son does.
He's big.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No.
Jordan got to
Damon,
take in some watching some bucket golf out at my house the other night.
That was interesting. Yeah. You don't just tap it in the hole. You gotta launch it up in the air and get her in the bucket.
No.
Yeah, you gotta kind of divot it up.
Yeah,
a little sod with it.
So we got the Texas Red, so we can talk about his corn.
Oh,
should we play the commercial?
We better. On their little pay attentions. Yeah, so Texas red corn at the East Satellite Farm, my backyard, is looking pretty good. So I did 5 plots, 85 day, 82 day, 75, 63 is the last one. So early on, the 63 day stuff shot up. And I'm like, oh boy, that's going to get big. That kind of stalled out. The 85 and the 82 day stuff, over 6 feet tall.
This
looking
rain
good.
It's just got to be
looking good. Yeah, and I got a few of them with 3 corn cobs on them.
But what about the deer? The battle with the deer.
The deer have been taken care of by the fence.
Yeah. So we put up the 6-foot fence. I'm thinking, life is good. It's the squirrels. Now, I haven't seen any, but I know they're going to show up. So I'm hoping there's enough corn for the squirrels and us. So with all this rain and stuff is looking good, but we have weeded and weeded and weeded. We couldn't stay ahead of it. The weeds got us there in the pumpkins and the other crops.
You need chemicals.
So, well, you got to be careful because you get what you're after too there. But that creeping Jenny, holy cow, that's a tough weed.
What'd you call my wife?
Well, no, not her. Bindweed or something. I think they call it bindweed. So, yeah, man, that stuff there that's hard to control. So, at any rate, the garden's looking pretty good. So, Motor Magic ain't far away. I don't know. We'll see how much corn we got. Yeah, corn report is good. Now I see that Jeff's got some sweet corn for sale. He looks like he put in a couple of acres worth. I planted about 300 seed. I'd say I got about 250 that came up. So
well, that's pretty good.
Not bad. Well, last year I had them too close together. At least that was my concern. And
they look better this year.
Yeah, they're taller and I got them 6-8 inches apart. They look happier. So. Got to get rid of the weeds. But
you guys got a fresh shipment of corn over there for us?
Corn's been beautiful all year, even early on, just big, fat, green. It's nice. It's been a good year for corn.
My cobs aren't big yet, but I think they're going to fill in, I think.
We had
Mindy, my agronomist, says it's still everything's still on track. So
there was a big party in Rice Lake this weekend, volleyball, and they get this big get-together. And we were out there, and they're growing corn on the way to Rice Lake, and that stuff looked marvelous.
Yeah, driving around, like you say, this month of rain. Got stuff growing in August like you would expect in June. Of course, it's already big, so yeah, it should be good stuff. Keep the white combines off of everything.
Yeah.
Hell. So, right.
Had some pretty big storms that come through that maybe had farmers concerned.
Yeah, that stuff that came through like last Thursday there. The forecast was terrible. Up driving around a little bit, I thought everything looked fairly well intact. I'm sure there was some damage, but not nearly what could have been. So good to hear there.
We're losing him.
Yeah.
Me? I don't know what transpired here. Just been hit a wall, I guess. I don't know, the yawning, the whatever. Upcoming schedule.
Yeah. Upcoming schedule. Estevan rescheduled.
Makeup race
from
Friday.
last Saturday to this Friday. Mandan will be racing also. Saturday is Dickinson.
And Botno.
And Botno. Okay. And, of course, the
Mine
Monte
on
Lundy
Sunday.
on Sunday. I'm going to join you in the booth.
Yeah, I think we're going to have somebody else up there with us, too. I got to coordinate a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, if there's room. If there's not,
So
I'll
what
watch.
out-of-towners do you think are going to be here? You'd think Tom Berry Jr.
Cody
is going to
Schultz.
roll. Well, Cody will be there.
Travis Hagan.
Yeah,
You're-
I expect Cody
ah.
because he was there last week.
I'm just being a smart ass.
But-
I don't know.
But well, you're right. The big boys and our guys are big boys too. But what I'm saying is out-of-towners see this money, and I think they think, oh, I'm going to go take this cash. And our guys are like,
Would you be completely surprised if nobody showed up?
I would be.
Because 4,000 to win in the modified world isn't nearly.
It's
as-
more than any Dakota Classic modified race.
They just had a 10,000 to win show down in Iowa. I think they had 3 or 4 shows right in a row that were 3, 4, 5,000 to win for mods. So then mod guys get this stuff all the time.
It's not so rare as it will be
Right.
to a hobby
The
or
sport mod and hobby, you don't get this kind
No.
of payout. But in the mod world, you kind of get this stuff.
Colin Hibden will be here.
I'm hoping everybody that you think of will be here. I want to. Christy and I only have one goal. We just want to surpass 48. Let's get to 49. Brock Beater's got enough time. 48. That's got enough time. We want an Eric Laudenschlager. 49.
Hey, Mandan, bring the boys up.
Yeah.
Hope they do. I hope.
Yeah,
I hope we
Mark
see
was
you.
here, so I would say that was the start of this weekend for him. So
I hope the Kinsleys, the Strands, the Kellers.
Jeremy,
Hope they all
like to
come
see
up.
Johnny C come up. Johnny C been on a tear in Jamestown 3 in a row.
Yep.
That new rage car working real good for him. Yeah.
Let's get them all. More the merrier.
Heck yeah, gonna be good.
So that's 7 o'clock Sunday night. See, Friday night we got Mandan. That's 7 o'clock start time. That'll be on IMCA TV, Dakota Speedway TV. Estevan threw me for a major curveball adding this night because I also have to be at the golf course at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning
lot
to
of
cook for the
golfing this week.
firemen's golf tournament. See, I'm all about the community, Craig. But it's still work related. It's still for work.
All right.
Oh dang, Brandon, he's not being very nice.
I'll pick you up at 6.
Now I'm at my own salt mine here.
Yeah.
Someone's got to make the popcorn. Just disappointed that the creeping Jenny doesn't like my cookies and cream.
Well, I noticed that egg and milk prices have went down now that hot sauce fantasy's done.
Yeah. No kidding.
Where's my hot sauce bottle?
Yeah.
Where is that thing?
Oh, your trophy!
You got the chain.
I gotta get that. Where did I put it?
Oh, it's on you.
Yeah, he gave it to me to give to Craig. I forgot.
Hold on. No, we got to get him in here.
Yeah, we need a
So
presentation.
Hot saucy in here?
He can present.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
gotta
do that
Because maybe he brings home the $4,000. He can talk about the win and
Present
point.
the hot sauce necklace.
because when the fireworks were going
Yeah.
off, Lindsay was sharing with me that they had the car set up pretty good.
Yeah, Hot Sauce had some pretty good laps going on there. I think he ended up 8th, if I'm remembering right. Moved up a couple of spots. Well, like I say, got to get through that heat race and win a heat race. That'll be the start of a good start.
If you start up front, you got to finish up front.
Yeah.
That's the key to that passing
Green
point.
arrows.
You cannot. Well, but I mean, if you start on the front row, you got to win.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. Or you're gonna you have a major chance of
Long.
ending up in a B main.
Well, yeah. Only by 2 cars. So going the wrong way. Yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
The diesel mechanic that's got 12 hours ahead of him under the hot hood of a truck, the surgeon that's doing heart surgery tomorrow, they got nothing on this guy cooking sandwiches on the golf course.
Pretty salty tonight. The salt mine is right. Holy cow. Wow.
Do you remember Craig's last
No.
episode on the Dirt Weekly?
Is it tonight?
I'm gonna. Whoa. Yeah.
It may not be hard work.
I know.
It's
you
part
gotta
of the
get up and
job,
stare at the
though.
window.
I was at the Wee Links last night cooking hot dogs for the kids, and it's a grind. It is. I was there late and getting.
I missed the Wee Links hot dogs last night.
Let me show you this picture. It's classic.
I am like a Wee Links veteran golfer here.
Wow.
So the promoter has a dog, and I'm serving up hot dogs for all the kids, and the dog comes along, and check out this. The dog is eating a hot dog.
Don't forget me.
That was
I didn't.
the highlight of the night.
Or at least he didn't.
Yeah, look how happy he is. We all like to eat.
Yeah.
That- Yeah, I mean, we're completely off topic, but I sure enjoy me some Wee Links golf.
Oh.
I think that's for the kids,
That's
isn't it?
Jed Damon for me.
I find kids to go. That way I can go. Tucker Sebo right now is the kid that I go pick up. Hey, Tucker, you want to go to Wee Links? Yeah!
Oh, it's beautiful right now. With all that rain.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, man, everything right now.
I even got the old Smallsinator out there with Kendra.
Whoa.
It was Tucker, myself, Kendra, and Smalls out there. Then
Smalls
Jenny.
had a golf club in his hands?
Oh, he's pretty not good at golf. Kind of like me.
That sounds dangerous.
It's quite entertaining.
Did he smack
Actually,
it against the ground a few times?
Here's what we came up with, and I'm going to segue this. Yeah, I know we're talking about golf. This is the Dirt Weekly, but there's dirt in golf. Okay, so it's part of the Dirt Quarterly.
Dirt Quarterly. Thanks, Codes.
I want to somehow do a golf tournament that involves racers, and it's at Wee Links.
Wow.
And it's one of them deals you get to choose one club. One club. It can be a putter. If you want to use a putter, you have to tee off with the putter. You have to putt with the putter. You have to hit it out of the weeds with the putter. You get one club for the whole day.
Lon Schlager's a pretty good golfer.
But if you use a 9-iron, that means you have to putt with your 9-iron. You don't get two clubs. It's one club.
I'm left-handed. It's usually just a putter. It's the same on both sides. Mini golf. I need a left-handed one. They're all the same. Okay, I'm good.
Who'd Larry he golfed all the time when he was out in Williston. Who'd he golf with?
I think Storky. Didn't he? Does that sound familiar?
I think so.
Stork?
I know Nick is really a big golfer.
Oh,
Holberg.
he's huge into golf now. Nick Holberg. He's been doing them things at Beowulf lately. Be fun to get him in here. He can promote PSP Network, and we can talk a little bit of racing because he's been a fan all year. He's got the different perspective all year.
Yeah, we need the Nixter in here. It's PSP season.
Yeah.
2 weeks away.
Yeah, we got to figure out what game we're doing for PSP.
This has been long overdue. It's coming this year, dude. Yeah, we're going places.
We got to put the pet.
We're doing basketball. It doesn't matter. I know the same amount about everything. Not much. So we could go do a hot sauce game.
Well, that would be the plan.
That's where we
got to
gotta
figure
go.
out a hot sauce game.
Yeah. Oh.
He just has to give me access to the old YouTube page, and I got the computer and the soundboard. I got everything we need. Just
We got to do a hot sauce game. That'd be good.
and put the step meter on them so we know how many steps, and put it in the top
so
top corner, so that way
live feed.
You're getting your second win now.
Right. Yeah. It'd be
yeah,
good.
sure.
You're not tired no more.
Yeah. Oh God, that'd be good.
We're gonna have to make that work. I'll get Nick in here. We'll get him.
Nick and Isaac.
Nick and Isaac.
Yep, Isaac's coming in next
Yep.
week.
Yeah.
Yep. You're gonna work on Isaac next week or what?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's threatening that farming's getting in the way, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a drive from Turtle Lake to here. Meet him in the middle at like finish line. Bring the setup and meet in the middle at finish line.
Remotely. That's cool.
Don't
Whatever it takes.
Don't tempt me with a good time. I can always go for a finish line burger. Well, hopefully we see everybody at the racetrack this weekend.
Why wouldn't you?
Participate in these because they've been good races. They've been great races. So
Has Tyson Turnbull been here this year?
I don't think so.
Be a good Tyson.
yeah,
I think he might. If he shows up, he'll probably be in Ed's car.
That'd be fine.
Was he already here? No, Ed was here in Ed's car
Tyson was driving Ed's car at the mod tour.
in Estevan.
Yeah. I don't know if Ed's drove yet. Yeah, Ed has.
Here he did.
Yeah, he did. Yep. That's right. Got it.
Yep. So.
All right.
Okay.
Well, for the quarterly.
We'll be back next week for our second Dirt Quarterly.
In a week.
Of the 2 weeks here, of the month, or whatever, Dirt Quarterly.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I'll create a logo, Cody. You can own the logo. I'll create it and put it out there, the Dirt Quarterly.
Licensed by codes.
Hey, we didn't do the rundown. Sebo Motorsports presents the rundown, which we already went through, specializing in high-performance parts, chassis repair. Call Ryan at 701-720-3889. He's been working on somebody's hot rod to get him back racing, somebody that's been gone for a few years.
Oh. Okay.
I can't give inside information because that's not legal. I mean, we sign multi-billion-dollar contracts here.
Can you share class?
Stock car.
Something to
I'll
think
tell
about.
you guys off air, but I'm not going to break it on air. So.
Tukeshire selling the stock car. Strand's selling the stock car. What up?
I don't know what to think there. I don't know what to think. I know Sean has said that he doesn't want to race them both on the same night, so maybe that's going somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
I've heard nothing. I'm just saying that he has shared that I don't want to race them both on the same night. It's too much.
I was going to go to Mandan this Friday and take in some races down there until Estevan scheduled. So I could have asked him for you, but now I'm not going. Be what it be.
Yeah. Well, got to get those rainouts in too.
Yep.
Thank God for Darn TV, so you'll have both on there, so you don't have to sacrifice one not to get the other.
Yeah, got to have multiple TVs like we got everywhere here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, for Jordan, for Craig, Brandon, thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Talk to you guys later.
Been fun. See you next time.